The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers podcast, show number 430, being recorded on July 31st, 2023. I'm one of your hosts, Jesus Gonzalez, also known as Jesus Watchdog. Today I'm joined by my friends. One is from the West Coast, the best coast. Gunny Chief Henley Merrill is back. Welcome back, Henley. Welcome.
Hey, good to be back. I'm here.
That's right. He's here. I can confirm that. He's not lying to you. He is, in fact, here now.
I'm alive.
And from Canada land, Ryan Gibson is back. Welcome, Gib8777. Welcome.
What's going on, everybody? Another episode of Horrible Gamers. Let's do this.
Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We are here to talk to you about Twitter, which is now called...
wait, excuse me?
X.
It's what now? What? It's not Twitter. You can't say that word anymore. You're not allowed to. Elon is going to knock down your door and come and murder you now because you said Twitter.
What's it called now?
X?
So I got to update. Matter of fact, I'm looking at my iPhone right now. There's still no It's weird. There's no update for my phone, my iPhone. No, look. Jesus, look. But there was one on my iPad, but nothing here on my iPhone. So it still shows Twitter.
Twitter? How could they?
Look at this thing right here on my screen. It's a big X.
Maybe I need to update my phone. I don't freaking know.
Don't tell Elon.
There's no X.
There's a
Elon's
X.
coming to get you too, Gunny.
You can follow us on X at _horrible gamers. Also, you can support the show with the monies like our big friends over at patreon.com have at patreon.com/horrible gamers, like our friend Leahy, our friend Jason Sams, Robert Noble, Sean Petrarek, Chad, and the Pork Chop Poo, Nipron, the best HGP host ever. Evan wears Vans on the best coast and will tag it to prove it in all caps. Okay, that's his name. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to say after that. I don't know.
He's wearing Vans.
Bill Gardner the second, the first. The second.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in Bill.
Why?
Because I thought he'd have a better name. I thought he'd change his name by now. Come on, Bill.
Yeah,
Log back in there, Bill. Change it.
Billy, what are you doing? I'm going to go to his house and tell him to change his fucking name. I would just show up one day randomly. Hey, Bill, we're going to change your name. Anyways, welcome to the show, people. And we're here to talk to you about stuff such as our Facebook community. You can join us on Facebook, Horrible Gamers Podcast Community. It's a closed group. Anything you post in there stays in that group, blah, blah, blah. Horrible Gamers Podcast is our page. You can find us on literally every podcast platform, including Spotify, Gunny, and Pandora Radio, and iHeartRadio, and Player FM, and Audible, and Apple Podcasts. Find us wherever you find us. Review us.
Let's just say if you can find a podcast somewhere, you could probably find us.
Yes, more than likely you will find us
everywhere.
I'll give you a 95% chance you will find us, because there might be that 5% chance somebody looks in some weird ass place. Oh, I didn't find you here, guys.
It is hard to find
RSS feeds.
It is hard to find on YouTube. I got to say that. Like, if you're not subscribed, it will be a little more.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people that like put like horrible games or horrible something in their title, and that'll pop up before our show does.
Do they still steal all of our logos?
No, they stopped doing that, but they made their own horrible logos.
Did they?
Yeah, but they still call themselves the Horrible Gamers. They haven't posted videos in forever though.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't know what happened. Those guys, I don't know. Anyways,
I'm gonna go find out.
Big shout out to Phantom Meg for the intro music, and big shout out to Broke for Free for the outro music to the podcast. My favorite outro music, Gunny. My favorite.
That is good outro music.
Best outro music ever. And we're here, guys. Let's talk about what we've been playing this week, what we've been doing. Mayo could not join us today. He is currently working, I think.
Working? Whatever.
Who does that nowadays?
We don't. We don't even come up on YouTube when I type in Horrible Gamer.
No, it's hard to find. I gotta send you like a link.
But
you gotta post more videos, Ryan. You gotta.
There's like that old man.
Well, the podcast gets posted every.
Anyways, we're talking about video games, guys. We've been playing this week, guys.
We are talking about that.
No, we're not. We're talking about YouTube. Okay.
We're trying to derail it, Jesus. Yeah.
Let's talk about we've been playing, Gunny. I've been playing the game and games. So of course I went back this week, and Battlefield is a game that I played. I really wanted to play on that what's that map called? It's the Dubai map. It's like that city. I forget what it's called.
Abu Dhabi.
No, the name escapes me. No, the name, it has a name. I just forgot the name right now. But it's the Dubai map. It's the map where you're in Dubai.
I know what you're talking about.
Big skyscrapers. There's the stadium and all that. Well, they redid that map. So that map has now been reworked. It has new checkpoints. It has more cover, more destroyed buildings, etc. Stuff to hide behind.
It needed more cover. I didn't like that map.
So they added a bunch of map. They added a bunch of stuff to it. I think it's called. I forget what it's called. I just had it in my head. I just forgot it. Fuck. Anyways, I wanted to play that map. I didn't get to play it. I played on some other maps, a couple other maps, but I didn't play for long. I think the reason I'm not playing this season as much as I did last season is because I don't have the battle pass. So there's like no incentive for me to like level it up. So I just like I get in there, I play a couple matches, I get my fix, and I leave. But besides that, the other shooter I was playing this week is Call of Duty. I played some Call of Duty. I went to it, Gunny. I downloaded it, and I did buy the Homelander skin. Okay.
Did you get the Cardi B skin or whoever else they put in there?
No, Nicki Minaj. Okay.
Nicki, yeah.
They put Nicki Minaj in there, and they put Homelander in there.
Post Malone, I think or somebody was. I don't know. Somebody.
Snoop Dogg, wasn't it?
Snoop Dogg was a long time ago, yeah. But anyways, with the Homelander skin, there's also other skins available in there from the boys. So they have a Homelander pack. They have a pack with the chick, what's her name, Starlight. They have another pack with Black Noir, and another pack with what's the dude's name from the boys? The guy that hates Homelander, Butch.
Yes.
They have a pack of him. I don't know why they have him because
the Butcher, something like that.
He's not really a superhero, so I don't understand why they put him in there and not like Soldier Boy or something like that. You know what I mean? But like,
yeah,
it's kind of weird, right? That they put him in there because all the other characters are like actual superheroes.
Well, he's like the star of the show, kind of, right? Or
that, but I guess if you,
I think it's more like he doesn't have like superpowers, so it's easier to implement him into the game.
I guess, but
like, what does Homelander do? Like,
it's just a skin, but you do get like so with each character you get like an ability, like a finisher, you know, like the executions that you do when you sneak up on.
You get the laser eyes.
Yeah, with Homelander you do get the laser eye things, which I did do to some people in some matches. I was specifically sneaking in these matches just to get those skills. It was awesome. But yeah, so you do play as Homelander, and he has like a skin, and I think they do have like some weapon skins as well. Like Homelander has one that like his gun's like all American flag and shit on it, and like when he shoots people, he shoots like red tracers. But it also, when it kills them, instead of just killing them, they kind of blow up into a mist. So he has that. I don't know what Starlight has. I'm sure she has some guns tied to hers. And Black Noir has another one too, which is pretty cool. One of his things when he kills people on their screen. So like if you get killed by Black Noir, if you watch the show, you remember when something happened to him, and unfortunately he passed away or whatever. He started seeing like those little cartoon characters, you know, like imagining those little cartoon characters. Well, those little cartoon characters pop up on your screen if you get killed by him. So it's kind of like a neat little like thing. I was like, oh, that's pretty fucking cool because like that's not just something you get to experience. That's something that you could like make other people experience too, you know?
Yeah.
Because I got killed by him in one of the matches, and those little characters popped up on my screen. I was like, what the fuck? I don't know if they were part of my pack, but I'm pretty sure they were part of that pack.
You know, you just made me think of something, Jesus. I was watching Twisted Metal yesterday, the new TV series. I was thinking, oh, I want Sweet Tooth on there. But that would probably just be like a PlayStation thing, not crossplay.
Yeah, it would definitely be like a PlayStation exclusive thing or something. Wait for the new Call of Duty; they'll add it. But what else? What else? So yeah, so I was playing that, and they do have like some new maps on Call of Duty, but I didn't really get to play on them much. And yeah, it's Call of Duty. I mean, it's literally Call of Duty. Like even the new Call of Duty, I don't expect it to change much. So the leaks have started coming out, and they say that now like the perks are tied instead of being just like a perk that you equip, it's tied to the gear that you have on your soldier now. So like each soldier has like 3 sets of like body like cosmetic items that you can switch out. So you have like gloves, you have armor like body armor, and then you have like a helmet, right? You can change each of them out, and every time you change each of them out, it'll equip a different perk. So like the sniper gloves will give you more sniper reload or whatever, like the assault helmet will give you like whatever, and like the fucking rushing class armor will give you so much things. Like each of them has like its own perk tied to the armor set. You know what I mean?
Kind of like I think like Warzone does something like that.
I don't know. I don't play Warzone, but yeah. So there's that. But the leaks are coming, and I know they're like doing like a. Apparently, they're going to be doing a promotion with a Monster Energy drink to have double XP tokens tied to it or whatever. And that's sort of been leaked as well because somebody at Monster took like a photo of the boxes or whatever. So that's been leaked, and some other shit's coming apparently with that game. Anyways, so I played some Call of Duty. I played some of the Battlefield bullshit, and then I played more 6 Days to Fallujah. So I went back to that a little bit, and that game is pretty hard. But I'm kind of bored with it at this point. Like I want them to add more stuff to the game. It's just not doing it for me right now. Like I like it. I like the concept of it. It reminds me of Ready or Not, but I want something more. Like I don't know, maybe more missions, different types of missions, or like more maps. I don't know what it is. Every map is procedurally generated, but they all kind of look the same. If you know what I mean? Like like it's kind of weird, but like, every map is it's not the same, but it is the same. Like it's all fucking busted down buildings in Afghanistan or Iraq, wherever the fuck it is. I think it's in Iraq. But like this shit's it's all fucking messed up buildings everywhere. Okay, that's all it is, Gunny. All right, and I'm kind of on like a different thing. Like I don't know, give me something else to do in the game, like rescue people. I don't fucking know, man.
Yeah,
Make some new type of mission and just add it into the game, or add some new guns, or add the ability to select your role. Because right now, the only person that can select the roles is the person who's matchmaking, like the match, the host. He can kind of select who's like the support guy, who's the assault guy, who's the whatever guy, the squad leader, and all that shit. He can select all that, but only he can. And if he doesn't, then the game just randomizes it every time you spawn into a match.
oh yeah.
The game will just randomize who has what. And like the thing is, depending on who you are, that's the type of gun that you have. So if you're like the guy with the heavy machine gun, you're just that guy. You're the guy with the heavy machine gun. If you're the guy with the shotgun, then you'll have a shotgun, but you also have like an assault rifle. And then if you're the squad leader, you have so many extra grenades. If you're the other guy, you have like other shit. So each guy has like its own equipment, but it's kind of hard to differentiate like who's what and what the role is, Um, so I'm hoping they kind of like patch the game and like define those roles a little bit more to make it more enjoyable, I guess, as an experience. But it still has players playing it quite often. I think there's an achievement, Gunny, to play the game for 6 hours a day for 6 days straight. That's isn't that fucking crazy? They have an achievement like that.
Yeah, that would be a rare achievement.
Yeah.
6 hours. I wonder, like, I mean, I guess within that 24 hours, you don't have to keep the game running for 6 hours.
Yeah, exactly. So you have to play 6 hours within a day, and you have to play it in 6 days. You have to do that. I'm like, that's a lot of hours, dude. Because like I said, the missions are very repetitive. So like it's only 3 missions they have in the game, like 3 different types of missions. So they're very repetitive. Like I've seen them all already. And like doing that for 6 hours in a day, it's like I don't know who's doing that, but
Yeah,
somebody.
unless you're just streaming the game, like that's what you're going to play in a day, I guess, or a week straight.
Somebody's doing it, I guess. Not me. Anyways, besides all that, Gunny, I went to my PS5. I played some more Final Fantasy 16, but it started to wear on me.
How close are you to the end?
I don't even know. I know I beat what's his name? Kubka, big guy, big dude. I beat him. He became this guy called Titan, and I beat him. He was a huge guy. Like I'm talking like this guy's like the size of like a skyscraper, and I fucking killed him. It was a fucking cool fight. It was really cool, very cinematic, very like fucking over the top. You know what I mean? Like it was just like over the top hack and slash fucking crazy shit going on. But it was cool. It was a cool fight. And now the problem is that I know I'm in a lull again because the game does this. I've realized the pattern. So the game does this. It gives you a cool fight, like a really cool fight. And then it's like, okay, you beat this cool fight. Now the game's going to go into the lull for the next 2 hours.
Story. Is it
story and fetch quests? I mean, what?
No, it's a lot of bullshit. Like
what's
just filler. It's just filler. It's just like dumb shit. Like, oh, we gotta go talk to this guy in this village because of blah blah blah. And then you go to this fucking village and you literally press X to skip all the dialogue. You're just X.
Go back to the person that you got this quest from and turn it in.
Now I gotta travel back to my fucking base. So you fast travel back to your base. And now you gotta go talk to this guy. Turn the quest in. Okay. Oh, but because of this, this reveals something, blah, blah, blah. Now we gotta go talk to this other fucking guy over here. So then you go talk to this other guy. And in between there is a little bit of combat, right? You are fighting like enemies on the side of the road and shit. You're doing that. And they do have callbacks at the beginning of the game. Like there's like little like characters that pop up that you ran into before that might recognize you or whatever. There's that, but the game gets really boring in those parts. But then there's moments where the game just picks up and it's like, holy fuck, this is what I want the whole time. I want this. The fucking shit you're doing right now is what I want the whole time. I want this cool story, this cool fights. And it's just not happening, man. So I don't know. I don't know how much longer I have. I know I beat like a main guy. I destroyed like 3 of the mother crystals, and I don't even know how many there is. I think there's like 5 in the realm, or 6 or 7, or I don't fucking know. But I know I've destroyed like 3 or 4 of them because I've killed a lot of people. All right, like a lot of bad guys. Like the people who I thought were the main bad guys, I've already killed them all. But like there's other bad guys showing up. Like every time I go back to the fucking home base camp thing or whatever that I have, they're like, oh, the king from this kingdom, now he's vying for the throne and he's sending his armies west. And like that part is really Game of Thrones and it's really fucking cool because it's like super Game of Thrones. It's like, oh, this house is now vying to gain the power of this other house and they're forming an alliance and these guys are going to war with these guys, but these guys don't give a fuck and they're not helping their allies. And all these betrayal is going on around the world and the fucking blah, blah, blah. I don't know how much longer I have, but I'm going to beat it. I do know that. So I'm still going to go and try to beat it. I just don't know when I'll beat it. But I will beat it. I will beat it, Gunny.
Nice.
Mark my words.
I know Mayo rolled credits, but I'll let him speak about that next week. So he was pretty excited to finish that.
He said he beat it, but he said like it was a grind like towards the end. Like I think he said the last boss battle was like 45 minutes long. So he said he did that, and then his power went out, and then he had to redo it all over again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. He said
we'll talk about that next week, Mayo. But
he did the whole battle,
that's right.
And then
he did say that
power went out. And then he had to redo the whole thing all over. I'm like, 45 fucking minutes again. He's like, yeah, dude, 45-minute fight.
Hey, what does that tell you about this game, though, right? I mean, fuck it. You'll just go back and play another hour.
But listen, the fight that I did, like with Kupka, when I fought that big Titan guy, that shit was like a 20, 30-minute battle, dude. I was like, dude, like, is this ever going to end? Like, I keep fighting this guy. I don't think I can kill him. He's too powerful. And I just kept fucking fighting him and fighting him, Gunny. And then I finally beat him. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, this guy is the ultimate bad guy, but apparently not. There's like another ultimate bad guy. I don't know who he is, but he just showed up in one of the cutscenes and he's like, oh, I'm blah, blah, blah. And I'm here to make you mine. And you're like, what the fuck, guy? Fuck out of here with this bullshit. All right, we're going to fight you. And then, I don't know, he left. I don't know what happened. But besides that, Gunny, I did go and play some more Bomber Crew. I'm playing more of that. I'm enjoying that game. I love that game, dude. I just love Bomber Crew. Bomber Crew is so good, Gunny. You need to play it. Everyone needs to play Bomber Crew. It's fucking hard, but it's so rewarding when you finish the missions and you upgrade your plane. And
I'm gonna play some Bomber Crew. I don't think I've ever. Did I ever talk about that game? I don't think I ever have.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably own it on Xbox, right, Ryan? Probably on there. I mean, if it's still not on Game Pass or.
No, I don't think it's on Game Pass anymore. I don't know if we do. Maybe it might have been on Games with Gold or something.
Let's see.
I wouldn't doubt
it is a Games for Gold, so it says to download the game. So
there you go.
Install it and talk about it next week.
Just know it's really hard. Mayo tried it and he said he couldn't do it. It was too hard for him.
Same here. When I tried it,
it's really
hard. I was
hard.
like, yeah, no.
It is difficult, but once you get the hang of it, it's really rewarding. It feels like fuck yeah, I did that. Yeah, fuck yeah. Anyways, besides all that, Gunny, I played a game that you and I like to play a lot this week.
Oh yes,
like every day almost, dude.
I played it too yesterday too, Jesus. I was like, you know what? I haven't fired this up in a while. Let me revisit this game.
Now let me tell you about City Skylines, Gunny and Ryan. I was playing the fuck out of this game. The reason I've been playing this game is because I'm excited for City Skylines 2, right? I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna get it when it comes out on the PC. I'm really excited for it, and I've been reading up on City Skylines 2 and all the changes they made to it. But one thing that I went and I started doing to my City Skylines game is I started modding the fuck out of it. So now, Gunny, like I have like all these mods for like different buildings and different power buildings, and like I have a Tesla factory in my city now. I have a fucking what is it like? I got McDonald's now in my city. I got In-N-Out in my city.
You gotta have a Carl's Jr.
I don't know if I have Carl's Jr. I don't know. I know I downloaded the mod that makes McDonald's and the mod that makes In-N-Out. I know I downloaded those. And then I downloaded another mod that it makes time realistic. So like the time goes really slow, like really slow.
I've not played that mod. I played a lot of them, but not that one.
So this realistic mod, it makes the time really slow, but what it's supposed to do is make the city more realistic in terms of like the people that move into the city and the people that move out and where people work and like how workplaces hire people and like people go and like, you know, so it makes it to where it's more, the city feels more like a real city. Because the base game, the way it goes is if you build like a neighborhood, everyone moves into that neighborhood right away, right? And then everyone dies in that neighborhood in the same time. So like you're fucking like you're Hearst and shit, like they're trying to go pick up the dead bodies from these houses.
That's right. The vanilla game does that. I forget.
They can't get to all the people because there's too many dead bodies in this neighborhood, and then people start moving out because there's too many dead bodies and shit, and it starts.
Okay, but remember what they did later game was they put they added nursing homes and what else? They did something else. I forgot. They added some other shit.
But that doesn't change the fact that people die at the same time. So this realistic mod makes it to where people move into a neighborhood gradually. They don't all move into the same neighborhood at once. So you have like so many people moving into one area, then people move into other areas of the city. It balances out the population to
senior
make it
care,
more realistic.
Yeah. Right. That's kind of that was senior care is what I was thinking of.
I have everything built in my city at this point. I built a Statue of Liberty. I built a space fucking launching facility that shoots rockets into space. I built a space elevator. I built an airport. I built railroads. I built fucking everything in my city. So like, I think my population right now is at 115,000. I'm trying to get it to 1 million people. My goal is to hit 1 million because the max capacity in the game is like 1,100,000, I think, a population. So I'm trying to get there. So right now I've zoned a bunch of area for more like residential areas and shit. And I think my money is like at 2 million because like the city generates so much income that it's like I never have to really worry about it. Like there's times where I'm losing like 100 to 200,000 because people are dying or some catastrophe happens in the city, right? Like a fucking earthquake or something hits the city and everything is fucked and it destroys everything. And I have a major setback. I can endure those right now because like I have such like a lot of money like reserved, you know, so like I could just endure those losses for like a long time to rebuild my city and get it back up and running again.
Yeah, what you're supposed to do in that, you're supposed to build those evacuation shelters. And then the other thing they have is there's like bus routes that will go to different. I don't know. It gets really complicated, right? With city buses, plus all that. Yeah, you can really go down a rabbit hole with all that stuff.
I have the disaster response teams. I have the helicopters. I have all that shit. The people that go rescue people from the rubble. I have all that. But see, I'm not going to evacuate a city of 100,000 people, Gunny, when a little earthquake is about to hit. Okay, when the people are like, oh, an earthquake of 2.3 magnitudes about to hit, or
that's a Taylor Swift concert, by the way.
An earthquake of 3 point something's about to hit. I'm like, big fucking deal. Deal with it, motherfuckers. Like, I'm not about to evacuate the whole city because a little fucking earthquake is about to hit. Like, big fucking deal, you know.
If it's a tsunami, right? Yeah, maybe.
And then the earthquake hits, and then fucks up all the neighborhoods, and I'm like, oh fuck! I should have evacuated all these people. All these people are dead now. I gotta rebuild the neighborhoods and fucking the roads and everything. So sometimes I regret it.
Jesus.
Hey man, listen, money is more important than the lives of these people. Okay?
Yeah.
Right. Money is more important. We can't shut down the city for a couple thousand people, Ryan. Okay,
it's not worth it.
It's not worth it at all. I'm not gonna shut down the city for that, Gunny. Okay, and like even when the tsunami hits, that shit hits quite often in my city. But like, there's like a river running through my city, right? So the tsunami hits and it starts flooding. Only floods like a one street or two streets, maybe at most. I'm not worried about that. I'm like, that water will recede eventually. These people will be fine. I'm not fucking worried.
I mean, this is a God game. So one of the things you brought up a memory is where I'll dig like a canal where I'm like, I'm gonna mess with canals a little bit. I usually don't do it for ferries. What I like to do is actually like terraform the world, like without using like the prefabbed canals, because it's like a wider area, right, where you can fit ferries going to and fro. So, but then sometimes I'll screw up and I'll be like, like I just flooded like an entire not the whole like map or anything, but a big portion of the city or something. And I'm like, whoopsie. And I just like watching all the people, like they're just driving under the water and walking around under the water. like they haven't realized it yet. Funny.
What I did in my city is I got rid of all the water pumps. So there was like a bunch of water pumps pumping water out of the river for the people to drink, right? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to install all the water towers. So I just installed a bunch of water towers, like 20 of them in my city. And I destroyed all the water pumping stations. Well, you know what happened to that fucking river? That fucking river, the level rose, and then this island that I had like an island where rich people live. Okay, this is where the elite motherfuckers live, all right, Gunny? This is like the Beverly Hills of my city. And these fuckers live there, and all of a sudden, that whole shit just flooded. It was like, holy fuck, I gotta put these water pumps back. The rich people are dying.
Is that because like you were not pulling the same rate of water out?
Yeah,
so you caused global warming. You caused global warming. That's what you did.
I'm causing global warming.
You're at fault.
I'm lowering the water levels. I'm lowering the water levels. I'm raising the water levels. Anyways, and I'm building McDonald's everywhere. McDonald's is going to rule my city. Okay, they're going to go everywhere. Every corner is going to have a McDonald's, Ryan. Every corner.
McDonald's. So it'll be just like every other city.
And like, McDonald's and In-N-Out. I need the Starbucks mod to fucking add a Starbucks to every corner.
They're going to need... You know how there's like the game is like it's got like the little taxi things you can put in. It kind of lessens traffic, right? But you can put in like a bunch of like Uber facilities or some shit.
Speaking of
Lyft
traffic,
or whatever the fuck. Yeah.
I also got the traffic mod, which like lets you like control like street lights and shit.
I like that. Those are cool.
I'm not even kidding, Gunny. I spent like literally hours.
It takes a lot of time. Yeah.
Figuring out how to control streetlights, dude. And it took me a long fucking time. But I finally got it down to where I know how to control the streetlights and build them and like and time them and like do all this shit to them.
There's that
it's a lot of work.
There's that mod that like I'm sure it's part of it where it lets you control like you can change the lanes basically. Mm-hmm. Like okay, you're going straight. Like not everybody can be in the left lane.
Yes,
basically.
Yes. That's what this mod is, and I had to do that to some of my intersections. So like this lane only turns into this lane. That lane only goes this way. This one has to stop. That one does this. Like I even had I can like set up to where like I can have pedestrians cross the street or not cross the street. I can have like different rules for parking. I can ban certain vehicles from certain roadways.
Like trucks
so,
all that stuff's cool.
I have all that shit going on. So I banned all the big trucks. All the big trucks are banned all over my city.
Damn, I ain't coming to your city.
And all the buses are banned. Fuck the buses and the big trucks. All right, we need cars and bicycles. Ryan,
what is this? California? What's going on here?
This is California.
Scooters and cars.
Yeah. Scooters, wind powered vehicles. We're going green here.
Yeah,
wind powered vehicles.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually we'll get there, right? Yeah, not electricity. Yeah.
But yeah, so I put a lot of City Skylines. Just put it that way, and I'm excited for the new one. Like I said, like they've added so much more depth to the new game that like the infrastructures work better now. There's like a judicial system where like they send people to prison in your city if you have a prison in your city, or they send them out of the city, and then once they serve their sentence, they come back into the city. But then they're like fucking criminals, so like you don't know if they're gonna be good or bad. And like they have like this whole system now where like all these like different mechanics are in the game that work together, and I'm excited to really see what they did with the new game. So I look forward to playing that. But for now, I'm playing City Skylines, the original, on Steam.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I know. I'm definitely looking forward to City Skylines too. Yeah, see what they've added.
Yeah, that comes out in October. It's a good time.
Nice.
Besides all that, another game that I finally bought the other day. I think I bought it yesterday, or the day before. Brink and Iams have been convincing me to buy this game. They've been like, dude, this is so fucking good. It's so awesome. So Remnant 2 came out last week, or I would say a couple of weeks ago almost now. So if you pre-ordered the deluxe edition, you got to play this early, like I want to say 3 or 4 days early. If you got the regular edition, it came out last Tuesday. Now, Remnant 2, it's a pretty fucking good game. So I've been playing it quite a bit, actually. I actually put a few hours into it. At this point, I would say I probably have roughly 6 hours into the game, maybe 5, probably 6 though hours into the game. And dude, let me tell you something about this game. This game it's a lot of fucking fun. Like, so the allure of like what's that one fucking game that was really popular this year? That hard game. Ryan knows it. That fucking hard one. Elden Ring, yes.
That was last year.
So
yeah.
the allure of
the hard one.
Yeah, the allure of that game, right, is that it's fucking hard, but it's really well done. Yeah. This game is sort of the same way, right? It's well done, but it's actually pretty difficult at times, and it does challenge you to like think, and like there's hidden puzzles and hidden shit everywhere in this world. There's like hidden items, secrets, hidden rooms, hidden pathways, hidden walls, like fake walls. There's all kinds of shit in this game that you can just discover either by exploring or by YouTubing it or whatever the fuck you want to do. But the best way, I guess, would be to explore, right, and just figure it out on your own. Yeah, but this game is actually really good, Gunny. So it starts off, you're in like a world like it looks like The Last of Us. Like it's like a rundown city, and there's like these fucking weird, I don't know, fucking creature things fighting you.
No, hold on a minute. Did you play Remnant 1? Did you play? Remember when that came to Game Pass?
No, I did not play Remnant 1 at all. Like, I have no background with this shit. So I just come in this fresh Remnant 2. So you start off in this like rundown city. You start fighting these things, and then you end up going into like this, it's like a compound, like a safe area or whatever, and you meet these people, like these like survivors or whatever, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we knew you were coming." Like, this psychic chick that has like psychic powers, she saw you coming a long time ago, and she said you were gonna come, and you're here now. And like, oh okay, and then like there's this crystal fucking thing, right? And this fucking crystal teleports you into these worlds. And like, there's a bunch of different worlds, but each of them is like its own. It's like a biome. I would say it's more like a biome. So like, the first time I played it, I started the game off on veteran. So there's like, I want to say 4 difficulties when you first launch it. It has just selected difficulty. It'll say like, create your character. It's pretty basic character creation. I would say it's like not impressive at all. But it doesn't really matter because you don't ever really look at your character. I mean, you look at your character, but they're covered in armor when you're playing, so it doesn't like really matter what they look like, right? But the voice does matter. So you select the voice out of like the preset choices. There's like 7 choices. You can select the voice, and you can create a male or female character. But with that being said, once you do that, you select the difficulty. So it has like Survivor, which is like the basic one, and it says this is a good point for like most people that are like that just want to play this. Like this is a good starting point. You should start here, most likely. And then there's Veteran, which is like this is like for people that want like a more challenging experience. It will challenge you, but like it's still doable, but you're gonna struggle a little bit. And then there's like Hardcore, which is like, all right, this shit's gonna be hard as fuck. Like you're gonna struggle like a lot. And then there's like Super Hardcore, and then there's like Apocalypse mode, which is like you gotta beat the game on hard as fuck to get this mode unlocked. Like you're not gonna get this mode unlocked until you beat the game in the hardest difficulty already unlocked for you. And so like, and there's also a hardcore mode where your character will die permanently, so there's permadeath. And so all that stuff, right? There's all that. All right. So I started off on veteran mode, and I was in this world, guys, that was like I want to say it looked like Destiny. Honestly, it did. It was like a foggy realm, and there was like these fucking creatures flying around, and like these robot things finding me, and like it honest to God reminded me of like the Geth from fucking Mass Effect and Destiny, like mixed in. Right? So like the Geth and Destiny together in this fucking world, and I'm fighting them. And it was really hard. And like me and Iams were playing last night, and I ran into my first boss. Like the first, like it was like an actual boss, right, Gunny? And this fucking boss, dude, just kept killing me and killing me and killing me. Like it killed me probably at least 10 times.
Get wrecked.
Like in a row. Like I'm talking like it killed me 10 fucking times. Like I was just dead. Like even after reviving, each time I was getting revived by my little dog companion thing once, and I would still die again. And I was like, fuck, this sucks. And then Iams was with me, and Iams would die. And then finally at the end, Iams carried me through, and Iams beat the guy. And I got whatever items the dude was. We were fighting this boss fucking creature thing or whatever.
I mean, is this a get good situation, or like is that because Iams is higher level, better armor? Like, how does that work?
Yes, Iams is better armor and better level than I am, and he has like this special weapon that he like did a special puzzle to get. And I don't know. He said him and Brink did like a puzzle for like 1 hour, try to figure out a puzzle. And they got like this crossbow out of it. So like that's what he was using, this fucking crossbow thing or whatever. It was like not a crossbow, but like a fucking bow and arrow. It was like a fucking quiver and a fucking arrow, you know, like he's looking like the fucking guy from fucking the Avengers. From like the Avengers, bro. He's like out there fucking shooting arrows at the fucking enemies and shit. And that shit was pretty cool, man. Like I was like, all right, this is cool, but it's too hard for me. Like I know I'm gonna get frustrated if I play on this difficulty by myself. I'm not gonna want to keep playing the game. So I ended up quitting, and I deleted my character, and I started a whole new character. I picked the same class, which is the handler. And there's like other classes. There's the medic. You start off with the medic, the handler, the challenger, and somebody else. And then like the gunslinger, if you pre-order the game, you got the gunslinger perk or whatever, like the class. But every class in the game is unlockable once you start playing the game. So like it's like the class that you pick in the beginning, it's not the class that you will be when you finish the game, maybe, because you can change your class in the game if you do certain things, right? Like if you get certain items or buy certain things or whatever, you can go and get these classes changed. It's just there's like ways to do it. I don't know. There's like whole fucking walkthroughs on how to get all these classes. But you could even have like double classes. So you can have like the guy that I have, which is the handler. He has like a pet dog, and the dog follows you around and fights with you and shit. And then you can like be the gunslinger also. So you'd be like a handler, gunslinger. Like it's both at once, and you have the perks of both. You have the perks of both of the classes. But each class, when you level up, it splits the XP between both classes. And like say like your main class levels up all the way first, like it maxes out, then all the XP starts being put into the second class to max that out. You know what I mean?
Didn't Borderlands 3 do something similar to that? But you could only am I thinking of some other game that did that? But I think you could only like gain XP like on one side of, I don't know. I thought it was Borderlands 3, but this sounds more interesting, this game. I mean, as far as
and with that being said, like the game itself, man, really rewards exploration. Like the game is just get in there, try to survive as long as you can, and run around and loot, and find cool shit and find the hidden items in the chest. And like, I remember when Captain Hook was playing Destiny, the first one. And I remember he came on the podcast and he was talking about how he found all the chests. He's like, "Hey guys, I found all the chests. I got all the chests, Jesus. I got everything." I'm like, yeah, that's how I want to be in this game. I want to find all the chests, guys. Okay, so like, I've been playing the fuck out of it, and it's really fun, dude. Like, it's a really well done game from a studio that's not AAA, and that's insane to me. Like, from the stuff that I seen come out of like AAA studios, what these guys put out is a well done game, a finished game, and you know the one thing that's not in the game, Gunny? There's no DLC, there's no microtransactions,
That's cool.
There's no like, hey, pay us to get this currency and then you can unlock these packs that give you certain things. No.
I want a better trench coat. Yeah, you got to pay coins or something.
Yeah, you got to pay coins to unlock this chest and then you'll get it. I'm looking at you, Overwatch.
I mean, for the last week and a half, however it's been out, like when I randomly watch it on Twitch, it's like a new environment I'm seeing, and every environment I see, I like. It's like, wow, this is really well done.
And you know what's cool about the game also, like say Brink is playing his game, right? And in his game, he's in a certain biome, right? Say he's in like a snow biome, and it's a snowy area. And say I'm in my game, right? And I'm in the forest biome right now, but say I beat that biome and the next one that I get is the snow one. Just because Brink had the snow one and I get into the snow one does not mean that like the puzzles and the stuff in that biome are going to be exactly the same. Like, yes, a lot of the assets are the same and the main layout is kind of the same, but the puzzles in the game itself and the enemies and the shit that's happening in there, the secrets, the hidden stuff, it's all randomized. So like each player has like a different experience almost with the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very, because like even today playing it with Brink, you know, when he started his game off, he was in the biome that I am now, which is like a foresty. It reminds me of like Tomb Raider. You're like in these old rundown temples, and like it reminds me of like a Tomb Raider, like a jungly environment, right? And Brink said that he's like, dude, he's like, I remember playing this level with Iams, this exact level, and like doing this puzzle, but for him it was different. Like you were listening to us. We had to run down like this fucking stairway thing, like a spiral thing, while like this electricity was coming down from the ceiling, but there was also electricity underneath us, so we had to stay at a certain level and we had to fight all these enemies as we're running down. And he's like, that was completely different from what Iams had. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, like that's interesting to know.
Maybe somewhat procedural, right? So they might have different.
Yeah, like different enemies or different puzzles. I don't know what they're doing.
Or the map could be, you're right, a little procedurally generated. And
yeah.
They could have like 3 iterations of it, for all we know.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool to see that like each player has like a different experience with each class. And even when I re-rolled my character, like the first biome that I was in was like a foggy, like Destiny Geth-like environment. Well, when I re-rolled my character and I went into the exploring area, the biome that I found myself in was a jungle. And I was like, holy fuck, this is completely different from the other place that I was in. Because the other place that I was in was like a wasteland. It was like nothing. It was like fog and like nothing, like robots and like fucking weird fucking space creatures flying around. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck. And this is like a jungle with like fucking birds and deer fucking galloping through the forest and shit. like it's completely fucking different. And it's really cool to see that. But what I like about the game the most is the gunplay feels tight. It feels rewarding to kill a bad guy, like a really bad guy, like a big one, you know, like you're like, fuck yeah, I killed this dude. And the crafting is well done. Like you go back to the city, you can upgrade your guns, your armor, you can buy armor with the scrap that you find in the game. You don't use real money. You just, whatever scrap you find in the game, you can use that to buy items in the world, like from the vendors and shit. And there's a lot of secrets, Gunny. And I think, honestly, dude, that you should pick this game up. I think you should too, Ryan. I know that like
is it not on Game Pass?
No, the first one was, but not this one.
Yeah, I thought maybe because the first one was that this one would have come to Game Pass, but
Yeah, that shooting looks tight as hell. Like even in a third person shooter, I was watching that today. Like he was just on par every shot.
Yeah. It's a game that I think would really benefit from Game Pass personally. Like,
I think it would too. But like I said, I am impressed, and I think the studio behind the game, I think they know that they have like a success. They know they have like something. They have something good. They have like a gem here, right? I think they realize that now. They're like, holy fuck, we got something big here. Like this can really be something huge. It could be like a Destiny.
That's why I think Game Pass would be like a really good thing for them, because it's a multiplayer thing where you want to get lots of people together. And if it was free for people to check out with their Game Pass subscription, I think a lot more people would probably get their eyes on it, and word of mouth would go around, and more people would buy it on Steam, and more people would buy it on PS5 if it's there.
And this game is not a $70 game, at least not on Steam.
I think I saw it for $30 or $40.
It's a $60 game on Steam, and the deluxe edition costs. Yeah, the deluxe edition costs $70. I ended up buying it off of a different like site because I got it for like $41. So you can find the game for like $40 on CD Keys or like other sites. That's where I bought mine. So yeah, I would say pick it up if you're interested in playing something like this. Like, it's actually a really well done game. The shooting is tight. The enemies are like very varied too. It doesn't feel like you're fighting the same enemies over and over. Like, yes, sometimes it does repeat the enemies, but every once in a while it'll throw in like a new type of enemy, and you're like, holy fuck, I've never seen this guy before. Like how do I kill this guy, Gunny? You know, you're trying to figure out, okay, what does this guy do? What does he come at me? Does he run at me? Does he roll at me? Does he stand there? What does he do? You know, so you have to figure them out, and it's very rewarding. The game is very rewarding, and in terms of just you play it and you get good shit, and you get like the cool little fucking items that you pick up, and you take them back to your town. You can sell them, you can scrap them, you can destroy them, you can upgrade shit, you can mod your weapons, you can mod your armor, you can mod everything to like fucking be more powerful, and it's really fucking good.
It's $49 on Xbox.
Yeah, $49.99 on for standard, $59.99 for deluxe, and $69.99 for ultimate.
That's crazy. That's a good price.
Yeah.
I guess is that the same there? So our prices are the same? That's weird.
Usually you're a lot higher.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like the game. It's really good. And people compare it to Dark Souls because it kind of is in the terms of like, if you die, you have to go back to your checkpoint, right? And then all the enemies are back, and you have to fight them all.
But you keep your inventory, right? You're not losing.
You don't lose your inventory. No.
Yeah.
And the game is pretty generous in terms of like the boss battles. So like, say you're about to fight a big boss. Usually, when you're about to fight like a big the level boss or whatever in the area that you're in, there's a checkpoint right in front of the door. Like, there's a checkpoint right there, and there's the door right there. So like, you know, okay, if I walk through this door, it's gonna lock me in there, and there's a boss in there. So I have to like save right now and get in there, fight this fucker, and I'm probably gonna die, but I need to figure out how to kill him. And then you just keep doing that until you find out how to kill him, and then you do it.
Yeah. The only like Souls like element I've seen in the game is where when your character does the dodge roll, you know, when they're shooting a fireball at you, like you better move. You know, like shit,
this does look pretty good.
Out of the way.
It is a really well done game, and like I said, I'm surprised that this is like a AA studio and this is a AA game, because the game is so solid, and I'm excited to see, because this is one of the first games, guys, that we've seen that's using Unreal Engine 5. Like, this game was made with Unreal Engine 5. You know, we saw that demo Epic put out years ago that said like, hey, look, we got this nanite tech and shit. The shit they showed off in Fortnite, right? We got like this nanite technology that can do this. We got this lighting that could do this. We got all this shit that could do all this stuff. And this game does that. And it looks incredible. And like, I'm running it on ultra settings, and I'm getting pretty good performance. Now, granted, the game does require you to use DLSS, which is like that super sampling fucking shit from NVIDIA. And if you have an AMD card, it requires the FSR. And if you have the Intel card, it requires the Intel, whatever the fuck their shit is called. So it does require whatever your card has. But they support all of them. They don't just have support for like, oh, we're only going to support the AMD cards. I'm looking at you, Star Wars. Fucking Star Wars. All right? That game only supports the AMD cards. But like this game supports the NVIDIA cards, it supports the AMD cards, and it supports even the Intel graphics card. No one ever adds support for the Intel graphics card. That's like the forgotten.
Nobody has an Intel graphics.
Exactly. Card. That's like the forgotten stepchild. Like no one knows about that one. That's the bastard of graphics cards.
And they have support
for. Yeah, and they have support for it or whatever. So like it's kind of crazy to me. But on Ultra Performance, with everything on Ultra, like all the graphical settings on Ultra, and I have the DLSS on Ultra Performance, I am getting anywhere between like 66 to like 80 frames, and it goes in between there. If I turn off DLSS, I notice that the game runs at like 39 FPS. So it does need it. Now, will a patch improve that? Maybe. Maybe they can get it on later, like maybe they just wanted to release the game and say, fuck it, it's playable with DLSS. We're just going to let them do that, and they'll get over it. And later on, we can patch it and figure out how to make it run better without it.
That's how
I honestly, Jesus, I think devs are getting to the point where they are stretching the limitations of what's out there. You know what I mean? Like, there needs to be a new jump because devs are kind of already pushing these platforms to their limits where they can't handle, running at a high frame rate anymore.
It could also be a fact of the matter that like this is a AA studio and they did use Unreal Engine 5. So, like, a lot of games haven't used that engine, right?
Yeah, but Unreal Engine 5 is supposed to be better at that, isn't it?
It is, but, like...
It's supposed to be better at handling the workload.
A lot of developers haven't used it, so I don't think a lot of developers really know how to optimize it.
They're gonna figure out all the tricks and stuff as they go along.
Eventually, they're gonna eventually figure all that out. I think this team is just early on it, and they just was like, fuck it, we got it to work enough.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying the game's unplayable. This is not a situation like Star Wars Battlefront, where the game was 10 FPS, like unplayable, literally unplayable.
I just watched the trailer. It looks cool, man. It looks really good.
This game is playable as fuck. Like, it is really well playable, and it's well done. And I from as far as I hear, people on the consoles are having a great experience as well.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not sure what the performance is on the consoles, but on the PC, it's great. I like it, and I really recommend this game. I mean, I've got it for $40, or like a little bit over 40. It was like 40 and change. And I'm in love with the game, dude. I legit was at work today thinking the whole time I'm at work, like, man, I need to get home. I need to play Remnant 2 before the podcast. I need to get some grinding in, like I need to get through this biome. I need to get to this boss and kill him again. Like, and the cool thing is, Gunny, so like you have your main character, right? Like I told you have your main character that you create. You can create up to 5 characters, and like say you have your main character and you create like a secondary character, and you make that character a hardcore character where like he has permadeath on, and you just go into the world and start like exploring shit, right? And like just you die. Say you die like 2 biomes into the game, you die. Completely dead, and your character gets deleted. Well, any stuff that you unlocked with that character, like any items, any inventory items, so like say like shards, crystals, consumables, etc., all that stuff gets transferred to your main character. You don't lose that stuff, so you can create secondary characters to go in there and grind and have him die off
to big up your main character.
All that stuff,
that's cool.
Gets transferred to the main character. That's
at least at least it gives you a reason to even go in, you know what I mean? Where it's not like I'm just trying to survive as long as I can. Yeah. At least you're getting stuff.
People are saying like that's also a way to get around a boss, right? Say you're stuck on a boss and you can't leave, right?
Yeah, just grind for gear.
Create a new character. Yeah, create a new character. You can skip the tutorial. You can literally skip the tutorial, which takes you right to the town, right to where you can get into the crystal, right where you can start exploring it. It skips the whole tutorial part. And you can just start grinding away to get more XP, more gear, more shit to customize things with. And that character dies, that shit gets transferred to your main character. And now your character has more resources to be able to go back into town and upgrade his shit to get back into the boss fight and get more stuff. Like, the game is meant to be replayed, and the developer said that, like, yes, we made this game to where you can replay it infinite times. Like, you're supposed to replay it. Like, one playthrough isn't going to show you all the things you can do in this game. Like, we guarantee you will be able to keep going and going and going and creating new characters and new campaigns and new things, and up leveling up your guy to get that guy to be. The goal is to get your main character to be able to beat the game in like that apocalypse mode, right? Like the really hard mode. And maybe you will get it there eventually. So, like, yeah, man, the game is really well done.
Sounds a lot like Diablo, you know what I mean? Where you're like grinding to raise your tier levels and stuff like that.
And you know what? Having played Diablo, Ryan, and having played this, I kind of regret buying Diablo.
Really?
Yeah. I really I haven't touched that since it came out. Like, I haven't like at no point in time since I played that game the first week that it came out have I thought to myself, oh, I need to get back into Diablo. Like, I've thought about it, but it hasn't really, like, nothing has, like, urged me to do it, right? And this game is like, no, dude. I get on the PC and I'm like, yeah, let's go. Remnant, let's go. You know, fuck.
Yeah, but I see Remnant being more your speed than Diablo. Like,
right, top
the
down,
shooting,
you know,
the guns, the third person action.
It's more right, like,
because the gameplay,
thing,
the gameplay reminds me of like Brink was saying, it reminds me of Outriders mixed with like Destiny.
Yeah,
like it has the loot, it has all that loot shit. You know, you're looking for the shiny purple stuff, the gold stuff. You're trying to pick up all these shiny items on the map, and like,
oh, Gunny, I wish you would have picked this up instead of what you did.
Yeah,
and
there's still
really
time.
like
I can
this
still
game.
get it.
I really, guys, honestly, I think both of you will actually like this game a lot more.
Yeah, I watched, like I said, Jesus, I've been watching this game on Twitch. Like, I've been watching all these different people. I'm like, okay, let me watch 2-player co-op. Let me watch single player. You know, like, just to kind of get a feel for, like, all right, is this going to be worth $50? Like, as a single player, if I don't have a co-op partner, you know, looks like everybody's having a good time with it. Single player co-op.
Well, Gunny, I'll play it with you if you pick it up.
Yeah.
And I'm off this week, so I'll be around.
This is the game that I could see Ryan like really grinding. You know, like how he plays
Grounded.
You play Grounded?
Yeah.
I can see you playing this shit like a lot. He's like trying to figure out all the secrets and shit.
Yeah.
Dude, because there's legitimate like hidden levels and hidden walls and like hidden shit in the world that like you just run into.
The more you're talking about it, the more I'm like, fuck, I really, really kind of want to play this game.
Like, I don't like, there's so much hidden shit. Like, the other day I was playing a level, right? Me and Imes were in this level. And we were like in this room that when you walk into the room, the door behind you sealed up. And it was like, quarantine now in session or whatever. Like, there's viral outbreak in this lab. Make sure you take out all the virus anomalies. And Imes was like, hey, hold on, man. I gotta like do something real quick. And then like I heard the guy on the speaker on the intercom, he was like, anomalies still detected. You have 4 minutes before the purge. And I was like, hey, Iams, I think there's a timer, dude. He's like, what? He's like, hold on. And like the thing was like, hey, 3 minutes left before the purge. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? We ran out of time when that thing the room killed us. The room we had a timer going. It was like a 5-minute timer where like the game was like, you have 5 fucking minutes to clear all the enemies in this area or you guys are dead. And then we found like a secret path that Iams found, and it was nuts, dude. It was like, what the fuck? I would have never found this like little ledge that was like off the side. It looked like it went to like nowhere, and then it was like a ledge that you fell down, and like you were like in another level of the fucking map, and like it was insane. I was like, holy fuck. It blew my fucking mind. I was like, wow, like, okay, now I see what this game is. And I deleted that character and it sucked because, you know, you started with that character. You don't want to delete him, but I did. And starting with this new character, it was a good choice because starting with this guy, it gave me like a good base jumping point, right? Right, Gunny? Like it fucking, like I knew what I was doing. I got in there and I was like, I know what I'm doing now. Like,
I know you got the mechanics down. Yeah, from hardcore or veteran.
Like I know what I'm doing. I know how to play this. And the enemies are more durable now because I'm playing on like the baby mode of the game, which is still pretty fucking hard. I'm telling you, it's not like I'm not dying, Gunny. I am still dying. I will let you know that. I am still having trouble with the bosses. Brink came in and saved my ass twice today with the 2 bosses that we did. It wasn't a boss, but it was like a puzzle thing I did, and like the other boss that I did, Brink saved my ass on both of them. Like he really helped me out kill those 2 things. And, the beauty of it was that he just jumped in my game. It wasn't like no like random weird thing.
Again, Jesus, with my random Twitch watching of this game, I don't know where anything is in the game when I'm watching something on there. Like at one point, I'm like, is this motherfucker playing chess? And the next thing I'm watching, something I don't think I've ever seen like in a video game, where it had these giant fucking concrete blocks, and you got to shoot like the white shit on the blocks, and they're fucking huge.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I've never seen anything like that in a game before.
Everywhere. There's puzzles everywhere, dude. Like, just random puzzles, man, that it's like, okay. It's like you walk up and you see like a lever, and you're like, oh, I'm going to pull this lever. What does this do? And next thing you know, the whole room is shifting. Everything's shifting around you. Doors are closing. You can't escape. And you're like, holy fuck, I got to like escape from here. And then you die. And then you respawn, and then you do it all over again until you figure out the puzzle and what you're supposed to do. And it's so fucking good. It's well done, Gunny. I think you're going to enjoy this if you get this. I suggest you do. Anyways, Gunny, what have you been playing? I need to know.
Sorry, I'm just over here trying to get authorization for this new game here. As we speak.
Isn't it on sale, you said, on Xbox?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'd play it on Xbox. I'd buy it on there for Bree and Ryan. Game share.
$49.99.
Yeah, I know. It's a good. I know. I was looking at the deluxe edition for $59. You get the extra. You get the Elden armor, man.
No microtransactions, dude.
All right, let me break it down here, Jesus. All right, I'm going down 10. I'm just going to go with the standard edition. Let's see how it goes here. But moving on, I've been playing a lot of Diablo 4. So I've been playing every time, Jesus, this weekend, or this whole week has been like, let me go play some Game Pass stuff. Nah, I want to go back and play Diablo. I kept going back to it because I'm like, like I'm just in it, man. With me and Ryan did play. What was I playing as? I think I started the new character Necromancer because I don't think we talked about it last time. So I'm like, all right, let me go with the seasonal stuff. I really just don't. I haven't really even like gotten in and researched like, okay, like what's in the seasonal stuff like with season 1. Like, but everybody I've talked to like outside, like at work and friends and customers like who've already gotten to like level freaking 80 and 100. Like, yeah, it's not that great, like season 1 stuff, but no specifics on that. So I'm fine. I'm just going in, doing I did a bunch of side missions with Ryan. Like nothing great, but just the whole grinding in the open world, right? Is just so much fun, right? Getting new weapons. And I wasn't on board with the whole Necromancer at first. I was like, I don't know, it doesn't feel right. Like, it doesn't feel like my Diablo 3 experience. But once because there's so many different like different power-ups and stuff that you can use and abilities, right? That I go in there and start, where do I put my points, for each time I level up, like, all right, what do I want to do? Right? It doesn't always have to be like, okay, fine, I'm going to stick with this, like, this one ability and, and just stay with that, right? Like, I can switch it up at any time. So, customize your gameplay, right? So, yeah, Necromancer's fun. I think I'm level 21. I think hopefully Ryan's still right there at the same level. So, because I went back to my Barbarian, and I got him all the way up to level 40, 41. And yeah, that's feeling pretty damn good. So, one thing I noticed, like when I'm at like, I forgot the name of like the main place of where you're at, Cryovac or whatever the fuck the name of the city is. But every time I go back to it, Jesus, it's like there's too much fog of war to the left of the map. And I'm like, why does it keep showing up like that? I'm sure there's a reason for it, but if you go there, right, like let's say you fast travel, like let's say you're going like, I guess west, right? Like it's funny, like that fog of war goes back out, but maybe I just need to do more story missions or something, because I know I've unlocked a lot of the fast travel points. Not a ton, but just enough. But yeah, like I was playing, like even today, like even before I left to go do some stuff, man, it was like just trying to do, I'll go to do story stuff, Jesus, and then I'll just be like, oh, there's a dungeon right there. Let me go do that dungeon, And it's like, I'll just get in there. And some of the dungeons are big. I got to say, like, oh, these are fucking awesome, right? Like, just more fucking cool weapons dropping. more epic fucking weapons. But I think I did say the last time I was on the show where I dropped it down the world tier 1 because 2 was a little hard for me, you know? Like that was cool for like the first like 15 levels. Like it was fun, but I'm like, no, I'm actually having a pretty good time not dying so much in World Tier 1. So I'm sticking with it because I've gone into some areas where there's just way too many enemies. And I died a few times. Like even like I think last night or this morning was like, all right. But it's enough to like where it'll say like, hey, go back to checkpoint, fine. And the enemies are still there. It's not like they've all respawned or they got all their powers back. You can actually just go back in there and maybe they've just made it a little easier for you to, right? Because all the cooldowns are set, right? You can just go in there and fucking, spawn in fucking, enemies or guys on your own and fucking, yeah, it's a fucking blast. So, man, I'm sure I'll be playing that more this week. So, getting my barbarian up to, I have no idea also like where I'm at in the story. Like I haven't looked at any of that stuff. So, still chasing after Lilith, So that story progresses. But yeah, I would say one of the things Jesus like with like where you can go into town, right? Let's say you're upgrading anything, weapons, armor, any of that stuff. Where I'm like, you know what? I've already taken a lot of my weapons that I've trashed or whatever. I kind of like to split it where some of it goes to the blacksmith and it'll all just be junk and destroyed, right, into pieces, and then the other half I'll just sell. But really, that money, I haven't really bought anything great. Like maybe a few times where I'm like, okay, I will buy something from a vendor. But a lot of that stuff, the good stuff, right, you're just going to find out in the open world. Whether in a dungeon or doing a mission, something cool is always going to drop. But yeah, the upgrade stuff. So this has been my history with it where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take like the fucking arm braces or fucking helmet or something. I'm going to upgrade it. Fine, right? Like I have enough pieces. And I got enough money, right? I'll upgrade it as far as it'll go or like whatever, 3 levels or something, right? I'm like, fuck yeah, it's got good enough power. And then I'll go back in, start doing some story stuff or out in the open world. And it's like, hey, you just found a better helmet, Like, damn, I feel like I just wasted my money every time. So, I don't know. I'm going to stop doing that. It doesn't feel like that's helping me at all, It feels almost like a waste of time. So, I'm sure any of you out there listening, you're probably like, no, that's not the way to do it, Gunny. But, yeah. So, and I haven't really done anything special like world tier bosses, or I have done like some of the strongholds, and those were pretty cool. I did a couple of one of those last night. So that was a lot of fun because I think I was even going to do like I think it was a side mission. It was like, hey, look, you have to like take the stronghold first. So, and it was just a good fight all over that area. Going into like this burning church and like trying to figure out like, what the fuck, why can't I take this area and claim the fucking fast travel point? So it's like, oh yeah, you have to actually go in and to each area that, in that city and fucking fight a bunch of enemies. So that was cool. Yeah. But so far, Ryan, where are you at on your character? Because I left that necromancer at level 21, but I've got my barbarian up to level 40.
I got it up to like 23 or 24 now. 25,
all right, I'll bump it up a couple levels. I know you're going to be off and playing that, so maybe this week I can just jump in and we'll kind of be right there.
Yeah.
Each character. So I forgot, what are you playing as, druid or?
Yeah. Rogue.
Rogue. Okay, yeah. So it's funny because all these, like, I was playing with you like earlier this week. It's like, why is all this druid stuff dropping? Like, drop some rogue stuff so I can drop it for Ryan, man. Mm. But that's kind of a random chance, right? Like you get those weapons, you just trash them anyway. They're just junk, but can't use it. Or I don't know. Yeah. And the only thing I'm putting in like my chest, right? The save chest that you have back at your, each stronghold or whatever. I'm usually just keeping like, I don't know, epic rings with a socket or something. I
just throw my gems in there pretty much.
Yeah, that too. So now that I've reached 40, because I was researching this a little bit today where I'm like, wait, so I didn't know it, but like, let's say you're level 40, right? Or 50 or whatever. Like you start I guess it'll, I don't know, something about how you can, craft better gems or something. But it's funny, you can find them in the world and equip them, right? Like at a certain level, you'll start seeing them, but you can't.
You can go up to the gem crafter and turn like smaller gems into bigger gems and stuff like that.
Yeah. So it wasn't until, like I said, it wasn't until I hit level 40 where I'm like, oh, okay, I can actually get a better gem.
I can do that now. I'm at level 20. I was doing it today.
Well, no, the only thing I was able to do it between level 0 and whatever 35, it seemed like, was you were just kind of going from chipped. Was it chipped to like crude or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
You probably unlock another level at 40. Okay.
Yeah. That's what it was, because I was like, how do I do this? And then boom, all of a sudden, I think, I think it was like, I felt like it was like level 39. It was like, oh, like the gems just upgraded. Like I just started finding them, and then, oh, I can now upgrade them. So, level 50, you'll get impure fucking gems or some shit. So I like the level progression in this game. It is really nice. So, it's the carrot on the stick, right? Like keep going, keep grinding. Yeah, it's fucking anywhere you go. It doesn't seem like any direction I'm heading where I'm like, I don't know, I'll just go over in this area. And I think even even this morning where I'm like, you know what I need is I need ore or something like that where I can make iron bars. And I think that, what did that do? I think that was something like it was like craft better gems or so. Like it took that or something to craft those. So or the occultist or some shit. So but yeah, like definitely like that other vendor, make better weapons. So upgrade weapons. So a lot of good stuff. So lots to do in this game. But let's see. Besides Diablo 4, Game Pass, Serious Sam Siberia.
How was that? I saw it came out.
So Kyle bought this game. My son bought it when it first came out on Steam. I don't know. It seemed like it was well over a year ago. Maybe it's been a year. And he's like, yeah, I didn't really care for it. Like it wasn't like the good old days back on Xbox 360, PS3 days of, I think we had 2 Serious Sam games on there, and those were fun, like co-op, and first or third person this time around. But they were always that first person, like Doom, Duke Nukem style type games of just shooting a bunch of fucking enemies, right? So whether they're alien looking or giant fucking crabs or in this one, I don't know, something doesn't feel right. I don't know. It just seemed like some of the enemies stand still. They're just the start of the game. I don't know. I only played for maybe an hour and a half of the game. So, I don't even know if I think there might be a co-op fucking mode to this game, but I don't know if I'm going to go back to it right now. I don't know. It doesn't, something about it just seems a little off. So and I'm playing it. I think I just played it on easy. So, done a few times, but it's like, all right, go back to it. Checkpoints are pretty generous, and story, I have no idea. It's like, go check out this oil field, right? There's a bunch of here's a little side mission you can do, and check out this area. It's got drones. You can shoot drones down. So, but yeah, weapons are pretty generic, right? Shotgun, pistol, knife, melee. But enemies get close to you, right? If they're just a regular ass enemy, you can just melee them and just put your friggin' knife through their head. So, just keep mashing that. More enemies come at you. Upgraded the shotgun. I got the fucking grenade launcher and that. So that was pretty cool. I got to say that part was nice, especially when the larger enemies coming at you. There's 3 of them, just kind of point down and fucking shoot a couple grenades at them. But I don't know. It's just, the enemies aren't that great looking. So yeah, but I don't know. We'll might go back to it. What else? Tectonica. I don't know if anybody checked this out on Game Pass. Another one of those.
Well, it's another one I saw that came out, but it reminded me of you, so I figured you would have played it.
I know that me and Ghost Nico this. I want to say it. Did it come out? Okay, so the beta came out on Steam, and I don't think I downloaded it, but I didn't play it at the time. I know Ghost Nico picked it up on Steam, and he did play that beta. But I don't want to say it's satisfactory. But a lot of the things are like it, but it's done. Everything is done inside a cave, so it's not like you can just build these large structures and platforms and that I know of, right? Watching one of me and Ghost Nico's favorite streamers he did seem to have a lot of conveyor belts, and it's really just like mining, right? And then it's, you're just crafting like the machines and, and putting down belts to craft whatever it is, iron ore or fucking the other shit, the biomass, which you're going to use for fuel, to power these machines, right? To make more stuff. It's just, yeah, there you go. It's satisfactory in a cave. So only played about an hour and a half of it. So the menus, they seem a little bit confusing. Like, I think it's like the tutorial part of it of, kind of what you're supposed to do next or what to research. Yeah, so I think you're just kind of researching everything, even like the machines, like at first. So I don't know. There's a scanning tool to kind of scan everything. Yeah, as far as I know, I don't know if there's any like enemies in the caves, but like there probably should be, right? But yeah, I haven't seen any giant snakes pop out, so I don't know. I gotta play more of it. So I probably will. It's in my wheelhouse of games to play. So and then last but not least here, Project Zomboid, right? I always have to go back to that. So I always get a good run going in this game, whether it's on, right? You've got your sandbox, easy, medium, and hard, right? Does it say easy? I don't know. They got a different terminology for it, but that's kind of my go-to is right, like the easy mode. But man, once I goof up, I get bit, right, like twice or something, and it's kind of like, hey, that's fatal, right? Like, so you already know, like, you might have an actual, like, in real time, maybe 40 minutes of, before you actually die, right? It doesn't matter, really what medicines you're taking or how often you're changing, like, the bandage on what part you were bitten or scratched. It's just like you're a dead man walking. So, but this time around, guys, I did go into, I think I chose sandbox in this save because that's the fun for me, right? I'll go into sandbox mode. I'll mess around with like how many zombies start and how many clusters or of fucking, the horde there are and, what kind of ammo you can get or, roll chances, all that shit, right? And, maybe I always try like a different map or sometimes I'll go back to another modded map. Like it's got a new city or a new area or a gigantic bunker to it. And I'm trying my best to kind of stay away from a lot of the cheats, so there is no like instant heal yourself stuff. But one of the mods I'm looking at is, I'm trying to think of what the name is even called on it. I think it's called They Knew, right? Like They Knew. So it's got so you can get into the game and you have to find like, right? They've got these books, these skill books you can find. So apparently there's one tied to it. So once you read it, right, and then you can go and you'll find like a serum or like a vaccine on a zombie or something. So I'm assuming now that if you do get bit 2 or 3 times in, a short succession, right? Like it's not going to be like a permadeath situation. So you can actually just go probably take the vaccine, and they said, I don't know. I was just trying to read the description on the mod list and I'm like, okay, this seems like something that's doable, right? Where it's not going to be like, well, fuck this save, like it's gone, right? Like, I mean, my only option is to just dump everything in like some, I always want to say chest, but whatever, a locker or a container. There we go, right? Could be in a kitchen cabinet or, and then I would want to start a new save on that same map and then boom, 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 all that shit's going to be there. But I just want to get one save right and I want to be able to play that game, I don't know, for fucking 80 hours, right? Just like, and not, be at risk of death. But at the same time, not have, some super fucking cheats on there, So I want that challenge at the same time, but I don't know. That's my goal. I'll get there eventually, right? So, and I've always got like the good mods on there, like, like realistic mods or something where, I don't know, whether you're pulling out a gun or, jumping out of a window or something, like just easy stuff. So, yeah, maybe a better vehicle or, maybe the vehicles have more fuel at the beginning, right? Like, the percentage of chances, stuff like that. So, yeah, I like those options like that where I just get in there and like, okay, these doors are locked. All right, let me break the window. Okay, they still don't have keys. Let me unlock the trunk, get in there. Maybe I could find an empty fuel can or, maybe some meds or bandages, right? So, yeah, that keeps me going. So, But yeah, that's the games I've been playing, guys. And no more Exo Primal. I just didn't play it again. I don't know. I just, after hearing everybody talk about that game, like, it's one game mode, and yeah, like, it's not, could be fun for 10 hours, and that's it. So glad that was on Game Pass. So, you have to pay for that one. I don't know. Somebody invites me, I'll probably just jump in there and sure, I'll shoot some dinosaurs. But
that's the thing. If you have a group of people that want to play it,
yeah,
it can be fun. It reminds me kind of EDF, Earth Defense Force.
Yes.
Where it's like, when you have a group of people, it doesn't matter that it's a crappy game, you're having a good time, right? And it's simple. All you're doing is shooting the stupid dinosaurs, as quick as you can. So,
yeah.
It's just, it can be fun, but I don't know for how long.
Yeah, not very long, obviously, right? That game literally was hyped for a week, and that was it. So, they need more game modes in there. I don't know if I want to keep playing that. Then I have to play a versus, and then I get more story. That seems a little, like they shouldn't have gone that route. So
yeah, I don't know. It reminds me kind of Titanfall 1 too, where it was like you got the story in between the multiplayer matches. Yeah. Then you do a multiplayer match, and then there'll be a little bit of more story, and then you did another multiplayer match, and they would like, you know what I mean, just weave the story in between the matches.
Too. Yeah.
And that's kind of like how it reminds me of that sort of.
Man, that was a fun, like, you know what? I always want to call it a sandbox, right? Titanfall 1. That's what it felt like, a sandbox shooter, right? The maps were nice, small, and a lot of fun. And then they killed it with the Titanfall 2 in a good way. Yep, that's all we've been playing, Jesus.
Oh wait, I've been playing some stuff.
Oh, sorry. What have you been playing, Ryan?
Well, I've had my daughter all week, so you can imagine that I've played a bunch of kid games. But I went back and I finished Super Lucky's Tale, new Super Lucky's Tale, and I didn't realize that I was like,
there's a new one?
No. It's was the one that was called New Super Lucky's Tale.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, there was a bunch of there was only like 2 levels, and I completed the 2 levels and then got the final boss, and I finished the final boss. So I actually completed the game, and then there was a bunch of puzzles afterwards that you could do that opened up after you finished the game. And I was kind of tackling those when Olivia was watching YouTube or something like that, because it was something I could play, with her sitting here and watching and whatever. And that game was actually really fun, man. It's a good platformer. It really is. If you're looking for a decent 3D platformer, that game's a lot of fun. Check it out. What else did we play? We played, also finished, me and her finished a playthrough of the Lego Movie video game. So it basically goes through the movie story in video game form. And that was good. It was a good Lego game. We also started DC Super Villains.
Yeah, there you go.
So we're gonna play that. We're gonna play through that next. Kind of getting her into the Lego games. She seems to be able to grasp what's going on with the Lego games. So that's why I'm kind of flowing with those right now with her. Obviously we've played Wobbly Life, but nothing new's happened in Wobbly Life. So she loves that game still. I don't know why. She asks to play it all the time. And Gunny actually threw up a message in, was it Discord or was it just in the chat? I think it was in one of our chats about Disney's Speedstorm coming out.
Oh, that's right.
Being free on the weekend.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you know what? That's perfect. I'm like, that's something I'll get.
Games for Gold,
something else I can play with Olivia. You know what I mean? And she actually, there's a setting to set automatic steering pretty much. So all she has to do is hit the left trigger and it'll race through and she could win. You know what I mean? But so I put that on for her and she would race in the races with me and we had fun with it. That game's pretty cool, man. I don't think I would buy it, but I feel like that's really, another game that I think would be really good on Game Pass. And it would do well, I think, because a lot of people would play it, and there would be a big pool of people to do the multiplayer with.
How much of that? Hey, we'll see. Play?
I kind of feel like maybe this was Disney and Microsoft testing the waters to see if it would be a Game Pass thing. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
How much of that did you play, Ryan? Because I played
I got through Mickey Mouse, and then I was about finished with Donald, I think.
See, yeah, I didn't play with Donald. I finished all of Mickey. So one of the things I noticed about, like, because this is a Mario Kart-ish type game where you're getting I don't know, you want to call them like like the pickups, whatever they're called, right? But they could be like the only thing I've gotten like is the bomb. And I didn't like it because it just like when you throw the bomb, it's not like in Mario Kart where it's like, oh, that's cool, right? I threw the banana peel, right? But it's like it just throws it like super fast, right? And the car has to be damn near in front of you. I understand this is not like a AAA game, but I was like, this doesn't really.
What do you mean?
Okay, it just didn't feel like it. I don't know. It just maybe more of the
how so, man? Like I feel like
it looks
very AAA and it looks like fantastic and it runs pretty good and it plays pretty smooth.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just thought, okay, too easy. Maybe I'm just playing Mickey Mouse, and
it is easy, but I think it's like more based for kids. You know what I mean? You can make it hard. You can up the level, and or do the online multiplayer, and you're running into people that are going to be a challenge. Anyways, the AI is pretty simple to play through the single player and unlock all the characters and stuff, but. And so far, anyways, I don't know.
Yeah, I just didn't play
I kind of hope it comes to Game Pass because Olivia enjoyed it. But like I said, I don't think I would buy it, but I would play it if it was on Game Pass. So I kind of had fun with that while it was on the free weekend. And I also played quite a bit of Diablo 4. Me and like Gunny was saying, we played together for a little while, a couple nights in a row there. Yeah, and
I just want to
say about it. It's Diablo, you know what I mean? Like,
I just want to point out with that session we played, Ryan, where like your character was a lot faster than mine, and where it was like you would go ahead and I wouldn't see you on the screen, and maybe I was just walking slower, but it was
you were stopping or something. I don't know what you were doing. You'd like stop to fight something, and I'm like, no, we're just running to the next checkpoint.
I would, because that's just me, right? Like, oh my god, it's an enemy that Ryan forgot about, and I have to kill it. And then I'll start
with these seasonal characters. All I'm trying to do with the seasonal character is run to the end of the game as fast as possible. I'll do all the side missions and stuff after because I just want to get into the seasonal content to be able to, and you have to finish the game first.
Right. Yeah. So then I'm like, fine. Like I just start fighting like this enemy. It could be like, again, we're talking about small enemies. You're going ahead, right? And it's like, before I know it, here comes like 5 other large enemies. Not super large, but I'm like, what the fuck, right? So then I just start fighting them. I'm having a great time. I'm like, all right, this is cool. I'm destroying them. Where's Ryan? He went ahead. I'll catch up with you. And then you'll go fight your enemies. Then you come back and you're like, what you been up to? Like I've been killing all these enemies. Like, take all this gold. Let's go. That happened several times, right? More than several times. Yeah, it was fun though.
Yeah, good times. Other than Diablo, I started playing because Gunny picked this up today. He messaged me and he's like, "Yeah, I picked up Alan Wake Remastered," and I was like, "I'm looking for something to play." Like I remember liking this game quite a bit when I played it the first time. I'm gonna fire this up and check it out. Man, I was not disappointed. It just like, I forgot how good that game was, but you have to go into it with the mentality that this game came out in like 2007 or something, or 8 or 9 or 10.
I can't believe it came out that long
Can't remember.
ago. Yeah.
Was it? I can't remember.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, because I didn't pick it up until much later. Probably when it was on sale.
So some of the gameplay elements are a little lacking, but that's the way games were back then. You know what I mean? Like it was just, that's the way games were built.
Yeah.
It kind of gives me a little nostalgia rub with stuff like that, where it's like, oh yeah, I remember when games were like this. You know what I mean? But the game is fantastic. Like the story is told really well. It really makes you feel like you're in like a Stephen King-ish novel kind of thing. I don't know, man. If you've never checked out Alan Wake Remastered would be a good point to step off on, especially with the new one coming out. And that's kind of the reason why I thought, I'll do a playthrough of this. Because it's been a long time since I played through it, and I'm like, I'm interested in Alan Wake too, so maybe get a playthrough in before that comes out.
Then play Remedy. I mean, shit. What else are Remedy?
Remnant?
No.
Control?
Control, thank you, yeah. I had it backwards, yeah.
Control I could never get into.
Really? Yeah.
I just, like, I don't know why. It just didn't hook me. I could not play that. Like, I would get part of the way in, and I would just get bored of it. But Alan Wake had me hooked. I was playing it for like 3 or 4 hours today.
Did you find all of the oh no,
thermoses? Probably not.
Yeah,
probably not. I'm just kind of running through it to go through the story. I don't really care about the collectibles so much right now. Like, I'll collect them like as I see them, but I'm not like going out of my way to get them or anything, right?
Right. So. Oh man, I think just thinking back, there's because I only played like maybe 30 minutes of the game, and I think I went back to Diablo. I'm like, let me get more Diablo time in. But like when you first get to that town, when you first get into the town, right, and you're at whatever the coffee shop, I just thought that was like just a cool moment.
Yeah.
So good storytelling.
And I think is that it? I think that's it. Oh, I also played a game called Wall World. It's basically you're like this spider that crawls up. What's that other game that you were playing, Jesus, that I recommended to you? The one where you're like collecting the resources underground, and then you gotta go up. Oh, Dome Keeper.
Dome Keeper, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much like Dome Keeper, but you're a spider going up and down a wall instead of like being in a dome and going down. You break through the wall and you go in and you collect resources, and then you come back out and you can level up your spider, and then you move your spider up the wall to another spot and then blow through the wall and go in, collect resources. So rinse and repeat over and over again until you get your spider leveled up to a point where you can last long periods of time. And it's pretty cheap. I think it's like $4 or something on Steam, but it was pretty fun.
With fire.
Was it made by the same people?
No, I don't think so. It's like a little rip-off version of it, but it's very similar. If you look at it, you'll go, oh yeah, you go into the cave and you have your little ray gun and you break down the rocks, and then you collect the gems and bring them back and level your stuff up, and then go back in and collect more gems, and then another wave's coming, and so you got to get back in time to fight the wave off and hope you leveled yourself up enough to fight the wave, and then every 15 minutes a boss comes, I think. But yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I like it a lot. And it's, I think on Steam right now it's like $4 or $5 or something like that.
What's it called? Wall sale. What?
Wall World.
Wall. Yeah. Wall Keeper.
Wally World.
Wall Keeper. But yeah, that's about it for me. That's all I've been playing. Do you know what time it is, Jesus?
Yeah, I do. It's news time.
Beep, 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 beep.
Let's get into the news, ladies and gentlemen. Big news this week. Let's see here. What Gunny gave me.
Big news.
Lenovo is joining the competition in the handheld PC gaming sector with its upcoming device.
Oh boy.
It's
another one.
Tentatively named Legion Go. According to reports by Windows Central, this move comes amid the success stories of Valve Steam Deck and Asus ROG Ally, along with other established players like Ayenio.
Is it on par with those devices? That's what I want to know.
While the details are currently limited, Legion Go will reportedly run on Windows 11. The device is expected to incorporate AMD's state-of-the-art Phoenix processors. Although no concrete release date or availability information has been disclosed yet, an earlier leak from Lily Pudding, I don't know what the fuck that is, uncovered Lenovo's past project Legion Play, which was an Android-based cloud-oriented handheld. While Legion Play never saw a general launch, its design could provide a glimpse into the potential form factor Lenovo might adopt for the Legion Go. The Legion Go is rumored to sport, Ryan, an 8-inch screen, which is slightly larger than its competitors Steam Deck and ROG Ally, both equipped with the 7-inch display. So there's that. The AMD Phoenix 7040 series chips, which provide the power for the Legion Go, are hailed for their power efficiency, making them suitable for lightweight gaming and extending the battery life of the device.
That's good.
Says here, everything else, all the other information or configurations remains undisclosed. It says here, experts suggest that Microsoft is now gearing up to offer significant support to original equipment manufacturers, exploring the handheld gaming category, and it's speculated that Lenovo's Legion Go may be one of the beneficiaries of this assistance. Additionally, Dell's Alienware brand and other major PC gaming companies are also expected to now introduce their own handheld devices in the near future. So what do you guys think? Do you think this is a thing now? Do you think, how is this going to affect, in my opinion, the Switch market? The Switch is the thing, right? That was the thing that it had going for it for a very long time, was that it was a handheld gaming device that was always ready, good to go. You play on your Switch. You're going,
and it
on
will
your
be,
Switch.
and it always will be, because these devices that are coming out, they all have their little tweaks and stuff that you have to do to them to get them to do things, to get them to work properly, to get certain games running, blah 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 blah. Whereas the Switch is a device where parents will go out and buy it for their kids because it's easy and it's simple. No one's gonna go out and buy a ROG Ally for their kid. You know what I mean? Well, I guess unless you're some rich dad that spoils their kid, I guess. You know what I mean? It's a lot more complex than a Switch is. So there's always going to be that audience that is basically Nintendo's audience anyways, for the most part.
Yeah.
So that's I don't see it really disrupting the Switch. I don't know. It's kind of made this new handheld PC market,
I think, when these manufacturers, they look at what is the number one fastest selling console, right? And they look at that, right? It's the Switch. They've sold, I don't know how many of those, but a lot.
A lot of them.
And
yeah.
I don't know, have they sold more of those than PS4s or PS5? I'm not sure, when they look at the numbers, but yeah, I've always said it, the beginning of the, start of the show.
way more than the PS4 and the PS5.
Aren't they over 100 million now?
They're
Switches?
125 million.
There you go.
Damn, yeah. That's crazy.
That's like the best-selling console ever.
No.
Was it?
Maybe
I think the Wii beats it, and I think
maybe the Wii.
I think the Wii and the PS2 beat it.
The DS beats it.
Oh, DS for sure, yeah.
The DS.
Their brother had a DS,
which includes the 3DS, right?
But it's not far behind. It could eventually beat the DS, because the DS says here sold 154 million units, and the PS2 sold over 155 million.
Yeah.
So that's right.
What about the Wii? The Wii was up there too.
The Wii was 101 million.
Was it? Okay.
Both the PS1 and the PS4 beat the Wii.
Yeah, I always look at this, Jesus, whether it's the Steam Deck or Lenovo or whatever, these handheld devices are always they just want a piece of that mobile market pie, on the Switch side, of course, right? This is a handheld PC.
I'm looking at images of this device, of what it may look like based on the Legion, whatever the fuck the other one was called. They're cloud-based one, so they're saying that they think that they're going to use the same design for it. It looks like a Switch, kind of.
Yeah.
It looks like
there you go. Make it look like a Switch,
it's
right?
round.
Yeah.
It's round. It looks like a Steam Deck. It looks like a Switch. It looks like an Asus ROG Ally or whatever.
Sell it for $299. Yeah, make a lot of money.
Yeah. In other news, speaking of these devices, the Asus ROG Ally got a firmware update, guys. Okay, which gave it a 20% performance boost in some cases. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So it says here that it's now performing better than Steam Deck in nearly every single game that they tested. It outperforms the Steam Deck.
Yeah, I know.
Except the only games that it doesn't outperform it in is Red Dead Redemption 2 and Miles Morales. But everything else...
CPU intensive, Red Dead Redemption, right?
with this new firmware update, it beats it on everything. Like it's like everything. It blows away the Steam Deck, kind of. But anyways, move on to some more news, guys. More news. No, well, I need more news. Baldur's Gate 3, the big game coming out next week, is going to take up a lot of your hard drive space. Okay, guys, be ready for this, PC gamers. Okay, Baldur's Gate 3 is going to be a very big game in the neighborhood of 122 gigabytes, according to Larian Studios. So
122? Yeah.
It will be available on August 3rd at 5 p.m. Gent time. So I don't know what the fuck that means. Gent time, 5 p.m. must mean midnight for us. I don't know. Full game release weighs in at approximately 122 gigs. If you have an early access version of the game, so if you have it already downloaded on your PC and you're playing the early access version, which is completely playable right now, that version will not work once the launch goes live. They say that the launch resets everything.
They wipe everything.
Yeah, they're saying that, like, look, you have to pretty much re-download the game.
They said that from the beginning, though. Like, that was well known.
Yeah. So at 8 a.m. Pacific time on the 3rd is when it goes live. So that means that's going to be, what, 4 p.m., 2 p.m. Eastern? Yeah, 2 p.m. Eastern. So yeah. For you Canadians, Ryan, in Quebec, it goes live at 11 a.m. Yeah.
Just for Quebec?
Just for Quebec.
Just for your time zone.
If you live in Tokyo,
I don't live in Quebec, so I won't get it.
Ontario? I don't know the name.
If you live in what's that country underneath Australia, New Zealand? If you live in Auckland,
country underneath.
Okay. If you live in Auckland, that little country underneath the big one, Australia. All right, Gunny, you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you mean because I'm going to mate. Listen to me, mate. I'm going to the Fiji Islands.
No.
There's a country, Jesus. Like,
yeah, mate.
So Fiji is actually first in the real time, but they don't recognize it like in the video game space of things I've noticed where maybe they do. Like maybe you could get a game first there, but I forgot there's another country just east of that. Vitalev, I don't freaking know.
No, but listen. They get it the day after. They do not get it early. They get it.
What? They don't get it like the day before?
No, they get it the same day everyone else gets it. They get it.
Oh, so
we get it on the 3rd. They get it on the 4th. In Tokyo, it goes live at 12 a.m. August 4th.
Probably, yeah. Maybe they don't want New Zealand YouTubers and shit putting stuff on YouTube a day before. Spoilers.
You guys don't get any heads up this time. So yeah. So it goes live the same time for everyone. August 3rd, 11 a.m. Pacific time. You figure it out from there, guys. All right? You figure it out from there. I don't know. In other news, Hasbro says that the problem with re-releasing old Transformers games is Activision's lost a bunch of them. Okay? They just lost them, guys. They don't know where the fuck they're
lost the license or
they just
they lost the games.
Oh my gosh. How do you lose it?
I don't know, Gunny. The guy gets fired and he takes it with him. I don't know. They just lost him. Okay,
disgruntled employees over there with what's his face.
They got so busy with dealing with Call of Duty all the time that they didn't notice all their games were getting stolen.
Right, their servers got hacked over there. Yeah.
So they said that the problem is that Activision is a big publisher and they buy a lot of companies. And when a company buys a company and buys another company and they just keep buying companies, they just forget where they put shit, apparently. And they have no clue where the hard drives are for these games. If they have these games on. So they're like, oh, yeah, guys, we want to put them on Game Pass, of course, but we don't know where they're at. So they're not coming to Game Pass. We're sorry. Just
download a pirated version of it.
Yeah, we'll get some modders in there, some PC enthusiasts to help us out, help Microsoft out.
Pirated version. Yeah, so yeah, they lost some guys. They don't know where the fuck they're at. In other news, Sony has now sold over 40 million PS5 consoles. That's right. The company has now confirmed that it has sold over 40 million PS5 consoles since the system debut in November of 2020. That's roughly 8 million units sold since the start of this year. So, says here, this unsurprisingly does not top last year's holiday sales, when Sony moved 7.1 million PS5s in one single quarter of last year, which was the end of last year. It says here, the company keeps saying that their inventory is finally well stocked, which I believe because you can find them everywhere now. Mm-hmm. And they are now keeping up with the demand, and you will not have to wait for stores to get fresh supplies. So there's that. It says here, the company has now shipped over 117 million PS4s as of early 2022, and nearly 157 million PS2s as of 2013. Says here, Nintendo is moving in close at 120 something million. So there's that.
Where's Xbox? How many did they sell? Were they at somewhere near the bottom, right?
No. Somewhere around.
They don't report that, right? Or they do?
I think they're in around there 30 million.
That's like nothing compared to the Switch.
Compared to the Switch, yeah, but
compared to the PlayStation, I guess they're like 10 million behind. They're behind, but I guess they'll catch up.
I think it'll be close this year. This console.
It says that as of
by the end of it.
Look at this news here. As of when was this article written? I don't know.
2027.
No, this article was released.
Oh,
so this was in 2023. So like a few weeks ago, that the Series X and S has sold 21 million, and the Xbox One has sold 58 million, and that 15.6 million users are actively using the Xbox app each month, and that there's 248.6 million Windows-based gaming PCs in the world. That's a lot of gaming consoles they have. 246 million.
What is an Xbox again?
Nothing. It's a $21 million side project for Xbox company for Microsoft.
It's pretty much like Sony can talk the numbers all they want, but Microsoft has a way bigger pool to play with. You know what I mean? Everyone thinks it's about the Xbox numbers, but it's not really. And it hasn't been for a long time. Microsoft doesn't give a shit if you buy an Xbox. They just want you to use their ecosystem wherever the fuck you are. They don't care. So selling Xboxes, that whole console number, it doesn't fucking matter anymore. You want to put your console number up against something, put your console up against the user numbers of Xbox Live, and they blow you out of the fucking water. So who's making more money, really? If you think about it, that's kind of Sony's problem, is they're so stuck in their old ways of doing things that they can't make the kind of money that Microsoft can make doing what they're doing anymore.
I would say, like I said, we've talked about it over the last couple of years, where we've seen Sony, just like Microsoft, putting their stuff on Steam, because you can't get away from Steam, right? We've seen EA try and do that with their Origin stuff, but
Sony fought against it for a really long time. They didn't want to do it, and they said that they would never do it. We won't do it. Do you remember? We believe in generations. It's about our console generations. It's about keeping stuff away from people. That's what it's about.
I fired up PS4,
but when Microsoft tries to buy Activision, you can't take this away from us. Well, fuck, Sony. You've taken shit away from gamers for fucking years. So cry me a goddamn river.
You leave Sony alone.
No, Sony can go lick a big fucking donkey asshole. That's what they can do.
You leave Sony alone. How dare you?
Jim Ryan.
Other than their devs, I could give a fuck less about Sony. I wish all their devs would just leave Sony.
Sony news: the great PlayStation 5 is now rolling the PS5 beta.
Oh, here we go.
Out today. New beta has new accessibility features, Gunny.
Mm-hmm.
You can now use a second controller for assistance. So say your child is playing a game and your child is stuck in the game in a level. You can actually have a second controller in your hand, and you can help them in the game and take over if you're playing next to them, like right there and then. Like you just play with them on the second controller for assistance.
That's a cool feature. They had that before too, though. Online, like someone could take over your game, like one of your friends could take over your game or something like that for you if you were having trouble. That's cool.
Now they have it where it's like couch based or like right there.
Yes. That is cool. I get that. I get that because a lot of times I have to get Olivia to just give me the controller for a second, and so that would be a cool thing to have.
They're also adding haptic feedback to the menu of the PS5.
Oh God!
So they're saying when you are moving through the tabs of the PS5, you will feel the haptic feedback on your controller. Now you can enable that or disable it.
Oh,
you
good.
can also now use Dolby Atmos enabled audio devices with Tempest 3D audio tech. This will let you use soundbars, TVs, theater systems, headphones, etc. with Dolby Atmos as a feature.
That's funny. Xbox has had that since Xbox One, I think.
Yeah. They're also adding
app.
social feature enhancements. Share your preview screen. You can join your friends' game sessions early and easily. So whatever the fuck.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know.
Maybe
they have a Game Hub tournament tile now, and you can now use emojis in your messages.
Something that Xbox did years ago and got rid of because no one ever fucking used the thing.
Okay. What else? You can now search for games in your library, which I don't know why you couldn't do that in the past. What else?
What? Wait, what? You couldn't search for games in your library?
I guess not. I don't know. That's weird. You can now also mute the PS5 beep sound when you turn it off and on.
Yeah, I heard about that one.
So
you don't want to like.
You can control the volume of it, is what it's saying.
Yeah, it's more like if you have a. You know,
maybe
if you're a late night gamer and your family's sleeping, you don't want to go fucking everyone's asleep.
It is a pretty loud beep. Yeah, I gotta admit.
It's pretty loud, yeah.
In the PS4 Pro.
And also the biggest one, I guess, out of all these updates is now supporting a larger capacity for M.2 SSDs. They can now, the previous was a 4 terabyte limit. Now it's up to 8 terabytes.
Damn, that's pretty good.
So you could buy an 8 terabyte SSD and stick it in there. And
Jesus Christ.
Probably $400, right? At least for
no, it would be like 2 something maybe.
No, for 8 terabytes? No,
man.
No,
probably 3.
You're looking about $400-500.
Maybe for a Samsung, $300
for one that's fast enough to go in a PS5.
But still, that's a lot of storage. 8
Okay, I found one for $900 on.
There you go. That's more like it.
$900.
You're talking about a fucking 8 terabyte M.2 drive. Like, it's not gonna be cheap.
I found one on Amazon for 9% off. It is $1,000.
I found one on AliExpress for 99 cents.
I found one on Wish. Well, what's that new one? There's a new
Timo or whatever.
Timo, is that like a hobo Amazon? My wife was talking about that.
That's like a fucking fake Wish, bro. That's like a hobo Wish.
Yeah, it's like if you built the Wish website with Wish.
Yeah, it's literally them selling you shit from Wish just under a different name, I guess. I don't know. Like it's literally.
Yeah, is it just everything shipping from China? What's going on with that? Like, I mean, I know everything's made in China, but
literally everything. In other news, Xbox
Wish is like that too, though.
Yeah. In other news, Xbox, Microsoft Gunny has now started selling controller parts on its online store.
Yeah, I heard about this today.
Owners of both the Xbox Elite Series 2 wireless controller and the standard Xbox wireless controller can now head over to the Microsoft Store right now to buy replacement boards, sticks, buttons, covers, and more. So now if your shoulder buttons are broken or your sticks are drifting, it means you don't have to rely on third-party sources for parts.
Yeah.
And directions to attempt a repair could be much cheaper than replacing controllers that cost $60 to $180.
Good. I need that right shoulder button.
Yeah, I got 3 bumpers I need to fix, man.
The Elite Series 2 repair kits
and the drifting stick.
They range in price from $23.99 for button sets to $60 for a replacement PCBA and motor assembly.
Yeah, that's for your board and motors. So like that's a pretty serious replacement, you know.
As for the standard controller, the starting price is $19.99 for the controller's top case, and going up to $34.99 for the PCBA and vibration motor. Replacement top cases are available in black and white variants, as are the buttons.
That's the only unfortunate part. Is like if you have if you went to the design labs and built your own controller, you can only get black or white replacements. So you'd lose whatever color that part of the controller was, which kind of sucks. But I mean, at least you get to fix it. And this has to do with a lot of the right to repair laws that are going through.
Yeah.
People are going to be able to, like, there's that big law that passed about everything has to be, you have to be able to replace your batteries by 2027 or something like that. And I think this has to do with that. It's so that they can sell batteries for you to replace it and teach you how to crack it open and actually do all that stuff, right?
So are you saying like the next PlayStation 6 will have to have replaceable batteries or something? I know.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
remember Apple when I talked about the iPad? It has to have.
It was a UK thing. It was a UK thing, and it didn't have controllers, I don't think, in the actual thing, but it's like all handheld gaming systems and stuff like that have to have it in it by then. And I would imagine that they would probably want to follow suit with controllers and do that, but I don't know if they'll be forced to or not. The thing is like, if the UK is going to do it and they're going to have to make a version for the UK, they might as well just make them the worldwide versions, right? It just makes more sense. They don't have to make different molds for different controllers that are in different countries, you know what I mean? They just make it across the board, so.
Kind of like the USB-C for Apple devices, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta be. I don't know if that's
in other news thing. Gunny, are you in the market for a PS5? And secondly, do you like Spider-Man?
I like Spider-Man.
If so, I have the console for you. Sony has
and a controller. I want the controller.
Sony has unveiled the PlayStation 5 Marvel Spider-Man 2 limited edition bundle. This bundle comes with a custom PlayStation 5 and controller and the game. Okay.
Oh, finally!
500
a custom game console that comes with the game that it's customized for. I don't know why Nintendo thinks they can get away with fucking releasing those versions with no game.
Yeah, exactly. That's insane.
Animal Crossing.
This is $5.99.99. You get pre-order bonuses as well, like the whatever fucking.
Wow, so it's not even a fucking deal?
No, it's $600.
See, even if you bought a regular version of the console and the game separately, it would be cheaper.
It would be.
You're paying for the name, Ryan. You're paying for the name.
You can also buy the face covers separately, like if you already own a PS5, which is kind of cool. This is why I like.
Oh, so really? This is why Sony went after D-brand.
So you can buy the the covers and the controllers separately. The controller is $80 by itself, and the face covers, the Spider-Man face plates or whatever, they are $64 or $65. So there's that. If you're looking to customize your PS5 without having to buy a whole new one, you can do that yourself. But yeah, that's totally why they went after D-brand. Dude, they could do that with all their games.
Yeah.
Make a custom plate and sell it. Why not? It doesn't cost them much probably to do that, you know? Just do it. What else? What else?
I don't know. You tell me. What you got in that news folder of yours?
And other news, Ubisoft apparently has canceled production on Immortals Phoenix Rising 2.
Yeah, I heard about that. I'm kind of disappointed.
I heard that.
After
that game was cool.
I guess they didn't sell enough copies, right? Is what they said.
They're saying that the game it sold okay, moderately, they say.
Yeah.
But they say the problem isn't that. The problem is that most of the sales were through like sales and discounts. So they say that like most of the time people bought the game was when it was like on a sale or a discount. And they're like, yeah, we don't want to make a sequel for that. like it's not worth it.
Yeah.
See, again, I could see a game like that going to Game Pass and doing well. You know what I mean? Like,
did it go to Game Pass? Did it not go soon enough? Right? Like that's
I don't think it did. Did it?
I don't remember. I know you bought it day one.
Yeah, I had it on day one.
See, but Brian, if you remember all of these, like I've heard third-party companies. I can't think of one specifically.
Especially when you look at how Tears of the Kingdom is doing, like, and those games are very similar. Like,
it's
you would think that they would want to release a Phoenix Rising 2, like in a couple of months. You know what I mean? Once everyone's done with their Zelda, got their Zelda fix.
But I think they were saying they didn't get enough coverage or enough promotion. Exposure out there.
They have what's that other stupid game coming out? Assassin's Creed coming.
Stupid. Hey, that game's gonna be 25 to 30 hours, which is perfect.
It's
not gonna be like one of those
dude. I saw
70 hours.
I saw a clip the other day on Instagram.
Assassin's Creed Mirage,
and it was like whatever the guy's name is in the game. And it was like, oh, he trying to sneak past the enemy, and like it shows him throw a smoke grenade down, like in Assassin's Creed, where you throw a smoke grenade down, and it shows him like sneaking behind the enemy or whatever, like trying to get past them. And the animation of this fucking like video that they put out was like, what the fuck? Like the walking looks so lame. I was like, what? Why does this look so stupid? Like they could have just made this look like Assassin's Creed, the old ones.
Like Pink Panthering across. The
way he was walking looked weird, man. It was just like a weird looking animation, and everyone in the comments was like,
doing the duck crawl.
Why is that dude walking like he's gonna shit himself? Like, why is he walking like he's got a stick up his ass? Like, why is he walking so weird? Like, what the hell is wrong with this animation?
He's a big guy. He's a big assassin.
So bad.
He's trying to make himself smaller.
I'm here.
It's like he's about to shit himself. That's how he's
gotta get to the outhouse.
I was laughing at the comments because every comment was like, why does this guy look like he's got a stick up his ass? Like, what the hell's wrong with you, Ubisoft? Like, you thought this was the video to put out? So, like, what the
I got too much fiber in my diet.
What are you talking about?
It's gotta be more like Splinter Cell walk,
It was really weird. But I don't know. I think that game is going to flop.
Assassin's Creed body time.
I honestly think Mirage is going to flop. I think people have gotten too used to like the Valhalla, Odyssey, Origins.
Yeah,
I think that's. I don't know, man.
I think that I almost think that it's a good idea for them to go in a different direction for a game, just to like give people a break. You know what I mean?
Everything has to be this giant open world. Yeah, find every chest and do every side mission.
Well, it's still gonna be that. It's just not gonna be as big.
Yeah,
let's fucking be honest. It's still gonna be a Ubisoft game.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm still gonna buy it. It's not urgency for me to go and play this, but it's like, yeah, it's a new one. I have to play. I've played them all. Haven't completed them all, but I've played them all.
Yeah. Anyways, in other news, Xbox, if you live in Germany, okay, they will be at Gamescom this year. And they are reporting that they are planning one of the biggest booths they ever had at Gamescom. Ever. Okay? They're going to introduce Forza Motorsports Gamescom. They're also going to have Stalker 2 playable there and Towerborn. The fuck is Towerborn?
It looked cool, Towerborn.
Probably a tower defense.
What the fuck, Towerborn?
No, it was can't remember now, but I remember it looked really cool.
So yeah, they're saying that they're excited. Also, guys, Final Fantasy 14 is finally coming to Xbox.
Yep.
Okay. Phil Spencer made a surprise appearance. Okay. And they spoke about their collaboration with Square Enix. And they're saying that Final Fantasy 14 will come to the Xbox Series X and S with faster loading 4K support on the Series X. It is currently planned for a 2024 release date with an open beta, Gunny, scheduled for patch 6.5.
Is that the online one? Pretty sure it is, right?
I think
it's only on. I don't know. I know it's obviously on PlayStation, but I don't know if it's on Steam.
Mm-hmm. What else? More news. Got more news.
Stoic makes Towerborn. It's that game from Stoic.
Yeah.
So there is now images of the set for the new Amazon Prime TV show Fallout. All right. This is a new series set in the Fallout universe, Gunny, by Jonathan Nolan, who is the writer of Westworld and The Dark Knight and the movie Interstellar. Okay. This will be a Fallout TV show coming to Amazon, Gunny. Are you excited for a Fallout TV show, Gunny?
I am. I've been watching some some old classic video game stuff. like Twisted Metal. So yeah, I'm hyped for this one. I like Fallout 3 and 4.
Hey, why am I hearing that the Twisted Metal show is good?
Yeah, me too. Why am I hearing this? Is it good?
So far,
because when it first came out, everyone was saying it was shit, and now everyone's saying that it's good.
I like it. I finished the first 2 episodes. I thought they were both good.
Isn't it on Peacock or some shit?
Probably.
What's it on, Gunny? What are you watching this on?
I watched a movie box, so I don't know what it's actually on.
What is this, Gunny? Your movie box? That sounds illegal.
It's perfectly legal. Like, I pay for a premium package, I get 4K.
Gunny, you're paying some fucking guy in his garage.
Yep, I got it.
To access
an Android box.
I had to use developer tools to get it running on my iOS device, by the way.
Oh, you let some guy hack your fucking iOS device.
My kid did it. He said it's perfectly safe.
Yeah. What?
Google login.
This guy's gonna have now. He has access to your whole fucking house network.
Probably. You know what it does say? Like, let this app be able to scan all your devices, and I just say no. Don't track it. Don't find it.
This guy has all your information now, Gunny. It's on the dark web somewhere.
It's got my IP, everything, right?
Yeah, you're fucked. Yeah, you're fucked. This guy owns you now. He is Gunny. He is Henley Metal.
My search history, you name it. Yep, purchase history.
You're fucked. You're fucked. Giving some guy your fucking $5 a month to get your shit back.
Hey, it's a good Patreon. You know, like, I like it. It pays well.
Oh, man. Oh, what else?
I got one, Jesus. I got one. It's kind of recent. It's NVIDIA's rumored GeForce RTX 4090 Ti, now rumored to be canceled.
What?
That's what it says here.
What?
So it looks pretty legit. So it says here, NVIDIA's ferocious GeForce RTX 4090 is a fire monster with 24 gigs of VRAM. What does it say here? It's a $1,600 price tag. It's a... But I don't know. I'm just trying to find the meat of this thing here. But it does say there is a possible new RTX 4060 and RTX 4070 models. So, yeah. It says here, alleged plan with improved versions of the AD102 chip, packing even more hardware inside. Will not happen, according to the leak. It's a leak, Jesus. So check into that more for you RTX fans. I don't know. You know how these things are, right? Like, a week from now, we'll find out. There's going to be a mass production of these things.
Okay, my last piece of news. This is game-breaking news right here, guys. According to leaks and rumors, Ryan.
Yeah.
Nintendo is set to release their next-gen console in 2024.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dun, dun, dun. They're saying that this console will not have an OLED screen. That instead they have now opted to use a cheaper LCD screen to keep the cost of it lower.
Battery life better too.
Yeah. It will continue to include a cartridge slot for loading games, and so they're planning to have a fall 2024 release date. And they say here that the reason they're saying that they want this release date is to compete with both the PS5 and the Xbox, and because I guess now they're starting to see like the sales of the Switch start to slow down because everybody has one. So they're like, okay, guys, I think we need to get this new one out, huh? So they're like, how do we get more money into our pockets, guys? A new Mario game. How about we do Mario Odyssey 2 and a new Switch? Yeah.
I could see that being a possibility, right? We can look at that and go, that's 2.5 years from now.
New fucking Mario game, whether it's Mario Kart 9 or Mario Odyssey 2. Which one do you guys go with? I think it's going to be Mario Odyssey 2.
Yeah,
I say Odyssey 2.
I think
and
Odyssey 2, but
you have to have a new Mario Kart, right?
Dude,
they always do.
I don't know. Do you? Because Mario Kart 8
does so well.
And Mario Kart 8 has so much stuff in it. Why make another one?
Just copy and paste and call it 9, man. And people will buy
it. Just keep adding to it.
Call it next gen. It's $70. People will that'll be a pre-purchase for fans.
Or make it the final Mario Kart and call it like Mario Kart World or something like that, where it's like got all the Mario Kart tracks in it.
And then in 2027,
from
Mario
all the
Kart
different
Worlds
games.
too.
That would be cool.
Yeah. They're Nintendo, because Nintendo's saying that they're projecting their sales to slow down this year. And they're saying that even with the new Mario movie included in their sales, they still expect to lose money compared to last year. I mean, in terms of sales, they said like, yeah, we're not going to make as much money as we did last year. We just don't think we're going to do it.
Oh, yeah, because
maybe the question might be, let's fast forward to 2026, right, where they've got the Switch 2. Any of those games you purchase, are they going forward, guys? Is this a whole new store? What's going to happen? What do you think?
Is Nintendo finally taking the leap, taking you forward? I don't know, man.
I think digital games might come forward.
I think digital, yeah.
Well, I guess carts would work too.
I think they'll have backwards compatibility, I'm sure, right? Like,
depends on whether they keep the same cart format or not, right? Like,
yeah. I assume they would, right? Like, it seems to work for them.
Yeah, but will it work next gen when they need faster read speeds and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, or, I mean, I don't know. I mean, anything could happen, right? I mean, with their history, it'll be like, nope, nothing works going forward. You got to buy all this shit again. I don't know, right? I mean, obviously, yeah, I'm sure they're gonna be something like, hey, it's a $10 upgrade, you know, for, let's say if you've got Odyssey, it's gonna work, but yeah, if you want Kingdoms, that's gonna work, but $10 upgrade, I don't know. Who knows? I can't see them starting fresh from the store again. Switch 2.
Says here, Nintendo says that they would like to convert as many of the 100 million Nintendo Switch users over to the new console.
Yeah, no duh.
They plan to support backwards compatibility, but developers are complaining that if they do that, that will slow the sales of the new games on the new console. So,
what?
Who knows?
Oh no! Come on, they did not say that.
Developers are saying if we
Nintendo
are afraid,
said that, not the developers. Oh gosh, what they do? They paid them to say that.
They're saying if you guys support backwards compatibility, it'll slow down our sales on your console if you release it on.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
No. Why?
I don't.
Because they're saying people won't buy new games; just keep playing their same shit, which I don't believe.
No, that's not true.
People always want to play the new game.
Yeah.
The new game is going to sell,
games and people
especially if they only put the new game on the new console. That will sell the console and allow them to have backwards compatibility without having an issue with that. So Nintendo, that's a big fucking pile of bullshit, if you ask me.
But Nintendo, they're going to blame anybody else but themselves for that.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, yeah, the developers told us they don't want backwards compatibility, so that's why we didn't do it, guys.
Yeah.
We care about the developers. We care about them making money, not us.
Because it's just going to be, I mean, I'm being negative Nancy here. It's going to be like Animal Crossing Enhanced. That's the version you can buy. What about the old version? Well, that's not available. This is the Switch 2, man. Whatever they're going to call it, right? So, yeah. Why you can't play old games in the new console.
Speaking of a new Switch, people are now saying that there's going to be a new PS5 coming. The PS5 Pro, Gunny. PS5 Pro. All right? It's going to have accelerated ray tracing. All right? Not just ray tracing. Accelerated ray tracing.
Right? Sure it is. Okay.
An 8K performance mode. Okay.
Hey, no, come on. You laughed about this last time I was on here. Yeah. The 8K that they claimed when they fucking first released, and it never happened. So you gonna listen to this bullshit again? No. You gonna listen to this bullshit again? No. This is market speaking.
It's gonna be faster, maybe a little bit more powerful. I don't see it being much more different than the PS5. I don't. Even if they release this, I may see them like slimming down the PS5 by like making it smaller and releasing a Pro, saying like, "Hey, look, we got a Pro out. It's pretty big, like the PS5, but hey, we're slimming down the PS5 and this Pro one. It's a little bit more powerful."
That is more likely that it's like it's being mistaken as a Pro, and it's actually just going to be a slimmer version of the PS5. But that's just what I think.
With a little bit better power.
Maybe with a better chipset or something like that.
Remember, didn't the Xbox do that on the original Xbox?
Well, they both did, right? Them and PlayStation both did that.
Well, no, but didn't Xbox release another Xbox one that was like a little bit better than the original?
It was one of the 360s. had a better chipset, but it wasn't like it didn't make a difference really in like the performance.
Yeah, and then I think the 1S or whatever it was called, right? That had, I don't know, whatever that had, some kind of better visual enhancement, but not performance. But yeah, I've got the 360S version. I think it's the black one.
Yeah, I have that one too.
I bought that right before
they discontinued it. Do you have the glossy or the regular?
I've got glossy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Same here.
I bought it right before they discontinued it. Yeah.
You can't get that glossy one anymore.
Yeah, I wonder how much I can get for it. Because I don't play on it much, obviously.
Yeah, the Xbox 360, it went matte after a little while, but originally when the S's first came out, the new Black S, not the E, the S, they were glossy. But they scratch so easy.
They do. I think I've got a scratch at the top of it.
And I had a glossy one.
They went with the matte finish after that.
And then I had one of the Halo Reach ones.
Yeah.
I got rid of both of them. The Xbox One.
Yeah, I think, Ryan, I bought that because we had the white one and my kid's Castle Crasher save was corrupt or whatever. And he was like, his life was just destroyed, right, at that point because he had so many hours in it. So I'm like, here, we'll just buy you a new one. It was like, what, $200, I think? Back when I had money, I was like, oh yeah, just take brand new S, So, and then bought him the 360S. And then he's like, you know what? I want a laptop. I'm becoming a PC gamer. And here we are today, right? Yeah, he barely even picks up a controller ever, unless he's playing a game on my Xbox. But yeah. So yeah, I probably play on that more in the living room.
That's all we have for news. Besides, like all that, that's all we have. I think next week is going to be a big week. We of course have Baldur's Gate 3 coming out. I think after that kind of kicks off the gaming, like all the games coming this fall, man. Like Baldur's Gate 3 kicks everything off.
There's
it's like September, October, November. Fucking
exactly
insane.
Yeah. It is going to be a lot of fucking games coming out, man. Like a lot here.
Yep.
I've got a list here, Jesus. I was looking at it earlier. Let's see here.
Just looking at Baldur's Gate
through it here.
We have that one actually.
What do we got for? It's now August. We're coming into August. We've got Baldur's Gate 3. See anything good here? What's Atlas Fallen? I know I've seen gameplay of that. That's coming out August 10th. Atlas Fallen. Stray is coming to
Xbox.
Yeah. I think it came out on PlayStation already because I played it on Steam when it first came out. That's a good game, guys. Play that game.
It was on PlayStation. It was on PlayStation at the same time as Steam. It's just coming to Xbox now.
Yeah, let's see here. Rush Cyberpunk. No, I don't know what that is. Madden 24 is coming out. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, August 18th.
That's on Game Pass, isn't it?
That game's gonna be. I think it's gonna be cool, but hopefully it doesn't go the way of
Friday the 13th, right?
Yeah.
And that game was cool too.
It was, but the problem with that game was that I heard that the dude who owns the fucking Friday the 13th.
Yeah, it was an IP nightmare.
Yeah, like he's just an asshole. He won't like share this shit with nobody. That's why there's like no movies being made of it and shit.
Yeah. Well, and they had to like they were planning on making so much content for that game, and they had to like stop because they got sued.
Yeah, by the guy who owns it.
Yeah.
Let's see, we've got.
But I mean, so like, August, in my opinion, the big ones, of course, Baldur's Gate 3, and then we have, of course, Madden is a big one. That, of course, Texas Chainsaw Massacre looks cool. Armored Core comes out that month as well.
Fires of Rubicon.
September, dude, like Baldur's Gate 3 comes out on the PS5. Starfield is coming out. Mm-hmm. And then, like, from there, you got The Crew. You have Mortal Kombat 1, Payday 3. Then you have the Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty expansion coming out at the end of the month. Then you have, like, fucking October, you have all these other fucking games. Forza, Assassin's Creed, Alan Wake 2.
Lies of P.
City Skylines comes out in October. Fucking... Then November comes out. It's like just doesn't stop, dude. Hogwarts Legacy apparently is coming to the Switch. In November. And Biomutant is also coming to the Switch.
Really?
Yeah. In November. So a lot of big games coming out. And I think that the big ones are going to be hitting in September. Of course, Call of Duty will be somewhere in this list, right? Like
Mortal Kombat 1's coming out September 19th, early access.
So lots of good games coming out, and I think Baldur's Gate kicks everything off. I would say Remnant 2 kicked everything off, but some people are sleeping on that game, and I think that game is going to be a big hit. I think the studio really has something that's huge, that like it could become a huge IP because the world is cool. The whole like the concept of the traveling, how they they put you in the different biomes or whatever, with like this whole new world that you're in, and it's different every time. It's really cool the way they do it. You know, like it explains it pretty easily. Like you got this fucking crystal thing that can teleport you or whatever, and the government, apparently the U.S. government found this crystal, and they were the ones using it to like go to like these worlds and steal technology from these people. And then somehow like the shit from that fucking universe or whatever followed them back into our world, and that's how that shit fucked up our world. So there's like a whole thing being told there about that. But I'm excited to play more Remnant too. Like I really am, man. Like that game is good. I think you guys should pick it up. I wish there was crossplay. There is no crossplay right now between consoles and the PC, but
that sucks.
It should. Maybe it'll come eventually. You know, if the game gets
hopefully a future update.
Because I don't even think it has crossplay between the consoles, like between the PS5 and the Xbox.
Probably not.
Oh, Jesus, did you mention that Cyberpunk DLC comes out, Phantom Liberty, September 26th? Okay.
Yeah, you said that.
You know, because Remnant 1 does have crossplay and cross progression, and it's cross platform. So Remnant 2 doesn't have it. I'm sure they're going to have it eventually. They're going to have to. I'm sure they're going to add it. If the first one had it, they probably just didn't add it to this one for some reason, right? And they're going to fucking figure it out. But yeah, man, I would suggest you guys check that out and play it. I really think you will like it, Ryan. I think Gunny's going to like it. It is a difficult game, I will tell you this, even on the easiest difficulty that I'm playing on, which is like the normal difficulty, really, because it says that like on normal, the one that I'm playing on survivor mode or whatever, the bosses, everything's at 100% health. So like the bosses, all the bad guys, everything's 100% health. And then if you
it's meant to be played kind of like Borderlands, where it's like you play through it the first time on easy, you play through it the second time on the next level, and then you like as you keep playing through it, you go up a level.
Yeah, and you keep unlocking.
And you keep unlocking stuff, yeah.
So I'm excited. I think you guys will like it. I think that people that want a game like Elden Ring without the stupid swords and shit. Don't get me wrong, this game does have like melee combat a little bit, but not as much. It's more gunplay focused. But there is melee weapons like swords and shit you can unlock, and spears and whatnot. But the game is a gun game, you know. It's like a shooter. So it really feels like what's that fucking game that came out on Xbox on Game Pass? Outriders or whatever.
Yeah.
It really feels like that, like in the third person aspect of it, you know. It's really good, Gunny. Check it out.
I know. I'm trying to get authorization, man. I want to buy it. Damn it! But been no response from my store manager over here.
That's all I have for news. I mean, besides that, if you want to, like, you know, everything else we spoke about on the news, it's that, and that's all we have. That's all I have.
All right, geez. Let's read that console. Well, let's read the Xbox game for.
There's no console corner no more.
There's games for gold. I'm going to read it for the last time.
This is the last games with gold.
I don't have the article in front of me, but I know I read somewhere in the last couple of days that obviously you're going to be able to keep your games for gold, right? They're not just going to if you claim them.
No, your Xbox One games, if you don't have Game Pass anymore, you will lose them.
Oh yeah, right. Assuming
but your Xbox 360 games, any Xbox 360 games you've gotten through Games with Gold are yours to keep. You'll keep those no matter what.
Alrighty. So what do we have for Xbox games for gold for the very last time? I think it's the last time. No, we've got until September, right? So another.
No, I thought it was this month.
Okay, I thought it was September wasn't it officially ended.
I could be wrong, but.
But you do have, Jesus, go get that game. It's called When the Past Was Around, right? I read this a few weeks ago. It's still on there. So maybe not enough people have claimed it. They want to just keep it on there for a whole month. Right? Remember, they were down to 2 games, so these are the 2. When the Past Was Around, Dark Wood. It's an cool indie game. Go play it on Steam. Claim it on Xbox, however you want to. Those are your 2 games for gold. Let's see what else here. Oh, PlayStation
Are you sure,
Plus.
Gunny? Because I got 2 different games with gold for August.
Did you? Oh, I swear I just looked at it too.
The last 2 ones are going to be Blue Fire and Inertial Drift.
Games for gold. I've got when the past was around in Darkwood.
No, bro. Blue
Okay,
Fire.
well, I'm just looking on the console. It probably.
Nah, man.
Because now it's the 31st.
It hasn't changed over. It's the 31st still, dude.
But these
That's
here.
Yeah.
August
so Jesus
1st.
has the right ones.
Oh,
August 1st through the 31st is going to be Blue Fire, and August 1st to the 31st, Inertial Drift.
See, you're ahead of me, Jesus, right? People are going to be listening to this.
Why are you lying to the people, man? You over here lying to you're the console corner guy.
I know. I didn't update my shit.
You are the console corner guy, and you're fucking lying to the people right now.
Gunny's fired.
On the internet instead of looking on the console.
No wonder Xbox is getting rid of this shit. It's all your fault.
But for the people that listen tonight, Jesus, they're going to be like, you know what? Gunny was right, because it's right there. But the people listening tomorrow, they're going to be like, yeah.
They're gonna be like,
nobody is going to listen to this show tonight, Gunny. By the time it's uploaded, it'll be tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's true. PlayStation Plus. What do we got going on here for August? We have PGA Tour 2K23, a game called Dreams. I think I played that on.
I don't understand. They're giving away Dreams after they shut the service down.
Well, so apparently the games that people have created will still be there.
Is that
like you cannot create
but
new
you can't
ones.
Create anymore. So did like half the point of, well, I guess that's why they're giving it away, right? Because
I guess
they kind of took half the game away.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, like apparently, like you can still play the shit people made, but you can't make
new stuff. Yeah, that sucks.
Oh, that's right. I remember this game. Yeah.
That's the whole point of the game, was to be able to create with it.
Yeah.
And we read this years ago, I feel, when this game was like first announced.
I'm surprised they didn't release it like, I don't know, 3 months ago, just to see if like people had interest in this shit, like, hey, let's try it out, before.
But you remember when Microsoft released Project Spark?
Yep.
And it was kind of the same, and it was kind of the same sort of thing where you could build your own games. I liked that game a lot. It was fun. But like, they shut it down. It's the other thing. Fucking Happy Wars. I love that game. That game was so fun.
Oh, Happy Wars. I remember Happy Wars. Yeah.
I used to play Happy Wars with Normie all the time.
Happy Wars was a fun game. That game was actually pretty good.
And your last game,
1 versus 100.
Ah, there you go. There's a good one.
They need to bring that shit back. That would be cool.
And your last
game. Just doing a live show is so hard,
Death's Door, guys. Go get Death's Door on PlayStation. I'm assuming all these games are coming to PlayStation 4 and 5 because it didn't specify what console it's coming to. What do we got over here on Epic? I'm going over here to Epic. Let's see. Just going to scroll down. I didn't even get to claim them yet. So you get Homeworld, the remastered collection.
Oh, really?
I know Ghost Nico really likes these games. All those Homeworld games. I haven't played them. And another free game here. It looks like Severed Steel. Campaign update. I don't know what this is, so I'm gonna claim it. Let's see.
It. Fucking Epic just gives out shit.
Just claim it. Just claim it. Claim it.
There's a bot. There's a bot in our Discord that shows you every.
Looks like a shooter.
It shows you every week what Epic is giving away.
Yeah. So if I go back here, right, which I'll talk about next week. But there is one of my favorites on there: Bloons TD Battle 6.
Oh God,
just
no,
TD6.
Gunny.
Yes, Tower Defense, man. I think I bought this on Steam. I mean, it's just like you can play free versions on your iOS or Android. And yeah, I think you just share a code, guys. You can do like a versus mode. It's pretty fun. And random incoming, guys, because I told some of the guys I would talk about it. But stopped by the gas station today, guys. I got me some alligator beef jerky from Buffalo Bob's. Alligator jerky, guys.
Does it taste
alligator
like jerky?
No, it says here it's made with beef and pork and but that's what it tastes like. More of a
what? So wait a minute. How the fuck is it alligator jerky?
Maybe it's
made with beef and pork.
Hey, Jesus! Maybe it is fucking jerky for alligators. Huh? Did you ever think about that?
Gunny's eating it.
It says here ingredients: alligator, beef, pork, salt, spices, brown sugar. I don't know what. Oh, onion powder and garlic powder, celery, all kinds of powder, guys. But yeah, it tasted more.
You know that starting this week, starting
beef.
this week, guys, I'm gonna have to be like a hobo, like the rest of the country, and pump my own gas.
Really?
Why?
Yeah, Oregon passed a law where like people have to pump their own gas now. Like,
oh, you gotta pump your own gas now.
No, not fully, because gas stations have to have at least 50% of the pumps at the station to be self-serve, and then the other half could be like
why?
Independent. I don't know. I think personally they shouldn't have got rid of that. They should have just kept it to where everything is somebody pumping your gas.
Why?
Because I think because it takes away jobs, man. Like people legit have that job. That is their job. Is they pump fucking gas.
I did it when I was a teenager. I worked at a gas
You were
station.
a gas pumper?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Ryan was
I
the
pumped gas for
guy.
like 2.5 years. Yeah.
All right, like I'm telling you, when it snows, you're gonna see that line for the not self-service so backed up.
You fucking better believe it.
So backed up, and it's gonna happen. And I'm like, why would they even pass this law? I don't know what the point of it was.
Is it really going to be cheaper? I don't know who this benefits. Maybe the company, right? Maybe the refinery or the gas station
It benefits the gas station owner. Because now they don't have to pay somebody else.
Can I go on a rant here, Jesus? Can I just go on a rant for a minute?
Go on a rant.
Here's a fucking rant I got here. So I live by the Shell gas station, and a lot of you, if you don't know already, just kind of how things work is where, I don't know, Shell.
You guys have Shell?
Huh? Yeah, like
you guys have Shell down there?
Yeah, we got a big Shell refinery too.
I thought that was Canadian.
Mobile.
They're huge, right?
76.
Yeah, I think Shell is
Petro Canada. I know you don't have that.
No.
Fucking
Sinclair. Do you have a Sinclair?
Canadian Tire.
Yeah. Why do you guys spell tire funny? Isn't it TIRE?
What?
I don't
know.
They don't. Like, what? They spelled it like
That's
without.
how you spell tire.
I don't know. I thought they spelled it with a Y or some shit. Maybe I'm thinking of Australia. Anyway, guys.
Are you thinking of the Y car tire?
I don't know.
Spells tire like
when I go to Australia, I think it's with a Y or some shit. Like tire, what? I don't know. Going off topic here, guys. So Shell gas station, right?
Shell gas station.
So one of the things that they do is, and I know they said it in Congress, but it was something that was a good reminder, was they're kind of like all their shit's like independent, where like Chevron has like a lot of corporate stores or 76 or whatever. You know, they kind of set the price, right? Where Shell's like, fuck it. If you buy like a fucking, 100 fucking Shell gas stations, you just sell at whatever price you feel like, right? So, but I got this one down the street, guys, and I swear to God, like every morning or every time I leave the house, right, I drive by and I see the owner's car, right? And he's always got like a nice Mercedes or one of those super nice, like, I don't know. I wanted to say it was like his last car was a Mazda, right? And it's like, these cars are expensive. And every time I look up, like just the regular fuel is always like, I don't know, $5.27 just for regular. And now I know I shouldn't really complain, right? Because there's like 30 other gas stations on the way to work I can just stop at and get it for $4.89. But I guess it's all about convenience, right? I don't go there, but I see like the police department and the city department going over there like, hey, that's my money. I paid those taxes. These guys over there paying $5.27, right? But yeah, it's like I've even made the comment of the wife where I'm like, oh, we're just paying for like his car, his car and probably his house, the owner, Like, can you believe that?
Hey,
$5.85 for premium?
That's his right, man. Like he owns that station. He could charge.
I get it. I'm gonna vote with my wallet, Jesus. I will not fucking go. You know what? I'm going there.
Not go there
to buy soda and lottery tickets. I'm not buying fuel.
If you bought your own gas station, you could charge whatever you wanted to, Gunny.
But I feel like that's gouging to me. That's just ripping people. I don't know. It's not ripping them off, but it's still gouging.
The price you want. You own this shit.
Yeah, but still, like $5.27. I don't know. Maybe I'm just old.
Well, okay, what are every other gas station what are they at?
So they're probably at like so it's like between that $4.89 and $5.09.
So he's 20 cents over. Big deal.
20 cents over but more 30 cents over the average. if I do the math correctly, right? Like I just feel like 30 cents over the average, that's too much, but yeah.
Listen, in my area, gas is around anywhere between, I'm looking at it right now on fucking Google, actually. So the cheapest gas in my area is $4.50. It's $4.41 at this little place called Leathers Fuel, which is like an in-town, locally owned little hobo gas station that I probably would never go to. And all the other ones are anywhere between $4.50 and $4.80. And the most expensive is this a Texaco station, which is like $4.80. So yeah, that guy probably owns that station and he's charging $4.80. Who cares?
You're right. You're right. But it's still, I don't know. It just kind of gets me every time where I'm like, I understand the prices right there in your face, like where it's telling you, like, hey, if you come here, we're going to charge you $5.27 for regular fuel. Like
right now, guys, we are at $1.62.9 a liter, which is $5.70. No, wait, what? Yes, $5.70 US.
$5.70. Jeez, yeah, wow.
That's so expensive, Ryan. How do you drive anywhere, bro?
Ryan, that's more than what we pay for like the few elite people that pay for premium fuel here.
It's fucking insane.
People that probably have like, a Dodge freaking
it's really high right now.
Or Mayo's Camaro.
Yeah. In Oregon, the reason gas prices are like $4.50, $4.80, $4.90 is because we have really high gas tax here. Like Oregon has one of the highest gas tax in the country for some fucking reason because we're like all earth friendly and shit over here, right? But they're trying to introduce this new thing where the DMV is gonna want to put trackers in our car, or like we have to use an app on our phone where they track how many miles we drive, and then they charge you 4 cents per mile that you drive as a tax instead of the gas tax. So the government's saying, "Oh, we'll get rid of the gas tax if we can charge you 4 cents a mile." I'm like, fuck that. No way, dude. No fucking way. Because you know what? That 4 cents will quickly turn to 6 cents, 8 cents, 10 cents. It'll just fucking keep going up. You know what I mean? And they'll just make the same amount of money, if not way more.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Wouldn't they just make the same amount of money?
No, but the people who drive the most, like me, I drive 50 miles to work and back every day. That adds up, man. You know what I mean? You think about how many miles that is in a week,
Okay, but I'm saying, yeah, right. I'm just saying if they got rid of the gas tax, right, what would it be? It was something like, I don't know, $1.25 in California. I don't know, have the figures
that
in
means
front of me.
I'll be paying like $20 in fucking gas tax just because I drive to work and back. That's not even counting anywhere else that I drive, just to work and back.
Yeah.
Fuck that. No way, dude.
You know what? But now that you brought that up, right, because I've heard of that stuff recently, but then I think about like, okay, like I wouldn't want my car insurance company to keep track of that stuff. I mean, they do, but you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, you drive fucking whatever 4,000 miles a year. But I mean, they kind of do. They do ask for that. But I don't know. I don't want them to start raising prices either. Before you know it, it's like, just I don't like that. Just charging people for just trying to get to work. Right, audience out there, you feel me, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't fucking gouge on the customer.
Listen, and then on top of that, your stupid state and my stupid state and Washington's stupid state, they're trying to ban gas cars from being sold by the year 2030.
Yeah, they're doing that up here too.
So, like, how the fuck are they going to ban?
That's why all the car manufacturers right now are putting money into their plants to switch them over to electric cars.
Bro,
GM's doing it right now. Yeah, half their plants shutting down because they're revamping the whole thing for electric cars.
Every fucking summer in California and Oregon has like power grid shutdowns because the fucking fires.
Yeah. Well, luckily we haven't.
How are you gonna charge their cars? Yeah.
Sorry, boss. I can't make it to work today. I can't charge my car because the power is out. The power grid is down.
No, that's true, Jesus. But I gotta say, like, so far this summer, again, my area where I live, there hasn't been like these like major fucking like, oh my God, I'm dying heat waves.
Power grids.
We do have them.
Power grids handling all that power, dude. But
you got to remember too. That's only if you charge at home. You can always go somewhere where they do have power and charge your car like a Sobeys parking lot or a fucking.
That still affects the power grid. The power grids are.
No, I know.
Well, yeah, we definitely need.
I know that, but like I'm saying to like as the excuse to I can't charge my car. It's like you can find somewhere to charge your car on your way in if you leave a half hour early or whatever.
I'm gonna have to park somewhere a half hour early to charge my car.
Yeah,
that would suck. That would suck.
Oh my, that's gonna fucking suck. And then you get there and some other asshole is there charging his car a half hour early. And you're like, hey, motherfucker, this is my half hour early charge parking spot.
You know, the one benefit I see, like, so we've got a fleet in Southern California with my company. Again, we drive, heavy bobtail trucks, right? So they're not large by capacity, but they're heavier. So they do have like, I don't know if they were hybrid or all electric. And I see Pepsi going with the new Tesla semis, which are, I don't know how they're how well they're running or how great they're doing, but I thought, man, that would be like, hey, that's fine. Like I'd have to call my boss and go, hey, look, boss, I'm about 80 miles from the office, but I'm out of juice, bro. So you're gonna have to get me a hotel room right? Because I would run out of hours, right? Us truck drivers, we got DOT to look at, or like you're gonna be paying me for another hour of overtime. So there's a bonus, right? But luckily I live close to home, so I don't think I would ever have that issue. But some people are. They're gonna be like, yeah, like that's gonna suck for some people. Like, oh my god, I'm late for work, but car's gonna be, have to pull over to charge. It's gonna take time.
It's gonna suck. Oh no, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck.
That's a random situation if you don't have power at your house. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not gonna be all the time.
And if you know you don't have power at your house before you get home, you charge your car before you go, and then you're ready to go in the morning.
All right, I'm gonna drive to your house and park and steal your power. All right, I'm gonna charge my car at your house.
No, you're not, because I don't have a port for you to charge it at.
I'm gonna plug it in. No, you will.
There you go, Ryan.
I'm gonna send you over to the Sobeys where they have a fucking parking lot full of charging stations just for your car.
Yeah,
Ryan, I want to charge at your house.
Nope.
And it's going to get stolen, Ryan, while I leave my car over there. But Ryan, you brought up a point that me and the wife have talked about, right? When we kind of move into that transition into 2030, it's not going to happen overnight, right? 2035, It's not going to be, everybody's.
It's not like it's not going to be like the clock switches over to 2030 and fucking everybody has electric cars. You know what I mean? Like it's just not going to.
I mean, a lot of I already know.
Like, you get an electric car and you get an electric car.
Yeah,
I wish. Shit, give me a $10,000 rebate. Fine, give me a little Chevy Volt or whatever the fuck.
100-mile range.
But no, like, check this out. So, a lot of people live in apartments these days. Are there plugs to plug in? No, there's not. Right, unless you live in some kind of modern apartment complex.
Yeah, you can't put one in either because you don't own the fucking place.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's going to be rough to try and transition. I mean, that's something that, that everybody has a house.
Me and you, Gunny, we're going to go on Shark Tank. We're going to pitch our idea. It's a solar panel you stick on the roof of your car.
There'll be mandates, though. There'll be mandates like where it's like, hey, if people are being forced to have an electric car, hey, you have to have so many electric car charging spots in your parking, underground parking.
Yeah, a new complex.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Even in an old one, they would have to install them or whatever,
No, that would never happen. I can already guarantee you.
I guarantee you it will happen.
I mean, I think they will do it for sure because, but no, will there be a mandate to say?
Because if they're forcing people to buy cars, they have to do that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, good point. People got to get to work. So
all I'm saying is I'm going to invent the solar car charger. All right. This is my pitch to you guys.
Have fun with that, Jesus.
It's a charging device that
there's not enough power. You can't get enough power from the sun to charge that battery at all.
I will make it happen. I imagine
you can't. Trust me. You don't think all the people that have already done it have fucking tried to do that?
Magic, Ryan. Okay, listen.
No, I mean, you know what? I'm sorry. If you went out and maybe did a full roof of your house with solar panels, then maybe you would get enough power to charge your Tesla car or whatever.
I'm gonna invent something that charges your car.
I got it, Jesus. Right? I'm on board with this Shark Tank idea.
Because I thought about that before too, Jesus. I really did. Like I went down a rabbit hole one time thinking, like, why the fuck do they not put a solar power or a solar fucking panel as a roof on these Tesla cars to charge? And that's exactly why. It will not suck up enough power to charge anything.
You could do it to charge the other little shit, and then you just use it to power that stuff, and then you save more power.
I got it,
putting
guys.
more little batteries in the fucking car.
I'm gonna carry I'm gonna carry a bunch of D batteries. No, I got it, guys. So I'm gonna contact Elon Musk. I got an idea, right? It's gonna go through what's that link company he's got through the satellite? It's gonna charge through
Starlink.
It's charge through Starlink when my car is in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, charge through Starlink. There you go.
Yeah.
Space charging.
Wireless charging pads for your car.
Yeah, that's it.
They just you put it on the ground underneath your car and you park there and you're charging all of a sudden.
Perfect.
That's badass. There you go. Good idea, Ryan. Good idea.
We have ideas on the show.
See, Ryan. See,
and then you go to sleep and all you can hear is zzz.
That'd be fucked.
The charging pad vibrating.
It's gonna be so loud from the generator.
But Tesla has some tech in their cars that does recharge your battery as you drive, like that.
Like an alternator kind of style, right?
They have that.
When they hit the brakes.
They have the
press the brakes.
And the braking. Yeah, and I believe the wheels spinning can charge and stuff. Yeah, so but it's not enough to like. You know what I mean? Keep your car charged.
I'm gonna stick a fucking power generator in my trunk.
You're gonna stick a nuclear power plant in your trunk,
and I'm gonna fucking put diesel in that fucker and run it. Okay, I'm gonna be killing the planet because I need to drive my electric car further away.
He's driving a Tesla with a fucking generator, fucking going.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So much for my silent car.
Yeah.
You ever heard a fucking electric car back up?
What the fuck? No.
You never heard of an electric car in reverse?
No. Sounds the same going forward.
It makes the weirdest fucking noises.
My coworker just bought a Tesla. He just literally got a brand new one the other day.
Next time you see him like parked, if he's parked and he has to back out of his spot, listen to the car when it backs up. It makes like a weird humming noise. It's like, and then they'll go in fucking drive, and it'll just be like silent.
That's so weird. I'm gonna do that.
I think it's a safety thing where it's like you'll know that someone's backing up or something. I don't know.
Oh, so like you can hear it as it's backing out.
And it doesn't matter what make or model. If it's an electric car, it does it.
Why don't they just add like that beeping shit like UPS trucks have or whatever? Just fucking like beep, beep, beep. Yeah, like that beeping shit, just like back out with that.
Guys. Hydrogen vehicles, all right? This is the future. I don't know.
Gunny. No,
wait, why do we turn into a fucking vehicle podcast? What happened
water
here?
Cars ain't gonna work,
done with
man.
the show.
Like water cars, all those people get killed all the time. Every guy who's invented a water car dies. Okay?
But this is hydrogen. I know the water car. Yeah, like that. My mom told me they assassinated him. But this one's a little different, right? It does take hydrogen, which you have to extract from coal and I don't know, some shit under the ocean. But so it does take energy to make energy in this situation. But it says here, guys, did you know that 15,000 hydrogen powered vehicles are on the road right now? They're all in California, by the way. These are emission-free tech that's caught the attention of some of the auto industry's biggest players, like Toyota. They sell a vehicle called the Mirai, right? Mirai. Let's see here. So that was sold back in 2021 or 2022. There's a Toyota Hilux, a Yaris, and there's a commercial FCEV. I don't know what that is. So yeah, I guess those two. BMW does have one. I don't know what they're calling their vehicle. So it's called the iX5. I think I've seen this before, but I don't know if I've ever seen the hydrogen one. 401 horsepower. So estimated range 504 miles. Hyundai, right? They made one back in 2018. I don't know. I don't see these taking off because I remember when the Terminator took over as governor of California, so he was doing a lot of heavy promotion. And I think that Pete guy before him was also doing a lot of promotion. But
what happens when these hydrogen tanks fell in your fucking car?
Dude, like, I don't think you want to be around. You don't. Maybe you want to be inside the mall, deep in the mall.
Like, I'm looking at this Toyota Mirai or whatever, the one you just mentioned, and like it says here that it has 3 hydrogen tanks in the bottom of the car, and that apparently when you turn the car on, these like mix with oxygen, which creates electricity for the batteries to turn on and everything, and that's how the car runs with no emissions. But I'm thinking to myself, what's the cost to fix that if like that shit fell?
Gosh, because it's not a very well-known thing, right? So that would just be you probably have to go to a specific.
Yeah, you can't just take this shit to a mechanic and like, oh god, my hydrogen tank failed. I need you to fix it. He's gonna be like, what the fuck?
He's gonna be on there with a hammer banging on it, right, to try and take it out of the bottom of the vehicle. Yeah,
hey,
it's
man,
not gonna end well.
Your car doesn't have a fuel tank. No, it has a fucking hydrogen tank. That's
took me a crowbar to get it off there, and
whatever.
Man, I must have sent the whole building up about 100 feet in the air.
We're done. This show's over. I don't even know what we're doing. We're talking about cars and hydrogen tanks. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Gunny, get us out of here. Where can we find you?
All right, just go find me over on Xbox playing Diablo and, hopefully Remnant 2. Gunny Chief. Gamer tag Gunny Chief. Thanks for adding me, guys, on Epic and Steam and... Yeah, log into your Ubisoft accounts, guys, because I haven't done so. You don't want your accounts deleted, so... PlayStation, HGP_Gunny. Where do we find you, Ryan?
You can find me on Xbox Live, Steam. You won't find me on PlayStation, but I'm on there. Gib8777. Pretty much everywhere. What does Gidget say, Jesus? Where do they find you?
Find everything. Jesus Walks Loud. Find Mayo and everything is the Mayo. Find me playing Remnant 2. And Gidget says, peace out, Brussels sprouts. We'll be back with another Horrible Gamers, hopefully next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye. Bye now.